It's today Matt's fault day, not Alex's fault.
Okay, good day everybody. Welcome to the late edition of the Xpanded show. So just a couple of days late. So appreciate your all patience there. A few delays getting one of the hosts onto the stream. That'll be me. But here we are. We've got Ryan's with us today. G'day, Ryan. He's here. I
Sorry,
promise.
I was muted and my stream deck decided not to work. Hi everyone. It's been a long day. We'll just go with that. So I'm just kind of here.
And Alex is with us as well. G'day, Alex.
Hello, all.
And Jake will be making an appearance too as well. G'day, Jake. Jake is here with us. He's probably to stop doing something. And Matt's doing the stream again today for us, so good on you, Matt.
Yeah, and then we've got Todd as well. Jake won't really be in. He might speak every once in a great while, but he's not really in. And then we've got Indy on questions and donations.
Who's this
Hello.
Todd character? Oh, sorry, Auntie.
That's okay. I'm going to drop now.
You might know him better by the Butter Guy.
Oh, okay.
Butter makes it better.
As long as it's bit of butter.
Buttered bacon.
Buttered bacon.
All right, so I've got a launch site question. Apparently we found the bit that went flying somewhere near the methane tanks, is that right?
We found at least one of them.
It's over. What, it's down here? I thought it was over.
No, other side.
Okay, I don't know.
High pressure tanks. It's methane.
Near the water deluge?
Yeah, the high pressure methane at the deluge.
Oh, so I didn't go very far at all.
They dragged it over here.
Yeah, okay, of course. Yeah.
It's by the vaporizer on the right.
The grate that's the bent grates right there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the not straight one.
So something actually hit it. So a bit, is that right? Is that we worked out now that something must have actually, the top must have actually come off?
Either top came off or pipe came off. The fact that were working on it before the flight, it's hard to determine which it was.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because we're a little bit rushed on last week's show and tell, so I thought I'd cover a couple of things that we missed maybe as well.
A couple of things?
Oh, tell me about it.
We missed a whole lot more than a couple, just saying.
So we
Short
found
time.
Alex, talk us through this. We found this about the oxygen. I wasn't aware of this. What's going on here with this pipe over here?
Well, you need to back up. They completely disconnected the oxygen bleed from the tower from the box fan. And if you go to the left a little bit and up slightly, right there, see the pipe coming over and goes to nothing. That's where it used to tie in to the box fan, so they disconnected that. Then if you go to the wall vent to the right, no, other wall, further wall, the old OG wall, that was where they were venting the bleed line for the last couple of stack fires and such.
Couple tests, yeah.
And now they decided
Nah.
instead of having just dumping it over the wall, we're gonna make a pond inside of our tanks, and an impromptu tank made out of big pipes, and dump that over the wall.
And have a cloud maker.
Yes.
So is that
Okay.
like the old Lock's Pond? Is that like replacing the old Lock's Pond at all? Is that what that does?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
is it the
Oh, yeah,
pond something
yeah.
different?
No,
Okay.
it's just the locked pond
Cool.
for maximum effect of just clouding, making clouds.
It's so they can cloak everything. It's a cloaking device.
Yes, little fluffy clouds.
Which it kind of worked a little bit today because it made it a pain to see like the methane reclaim vent start. Because with the wind direction was due west, so the entire all 6 columns just made a massive cloud and made it impossible to see the vents out of the tank farm from our dune cameras.
And weren't they firing off clouds pretty much all morning and afternoon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It died off a little bit once I got, of course, the prop load, because a lot of the bleeds die off when they get the prop load because they want
Right.
everything into the tanks. But of course, once they started to detank, they started to go, and they're still going right now. In fact,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
They look good.
that's not bad. It's just annoying when it covers up all the vents you're actually trying to pay attention to.
These aren't the vents you're looking at.
I don't know if Lab has any
That was
shots of it. I know our highway shot, you can kind of see it venting, but it's really zoomed out. So they're still
Yeah.
venting.
Good.
Lab cam. I can use this lab cam here.
Yeah, you can
yeah,
see it
they're
right there.
venting.
There they are.
That's amazing.
So actually, I look like we just jump around a little bit here. So so thanks. I really appreciate you explaining that for us.
Yeah.
So is there anything more to say about those oxygen vents just while we're there?
No, just it's kind of spectacular.
Cool. And
I'm
so,
sure it's going to change
well,
in
go
the
on.
future. I'm sure it's going to change in the future because I don't know how much capacity that little impromptu tank they made out of pipes holds. Because
So it hasn't got enough capacity to start spewing liquid oxygen out these vents, yeah?
Oh, that'd be spectacular.
I think it's going to be really funny when they go and do the wet dress rehearsal. As of right now, it's looking like Saturday, assuming the sticks are good to go and they get the ship out. And of course, they check out the SQD arm and all that stuff because that'll be the first time they hook a ship up to that thing. So I got to do checkouts on that. But they'll do the wet dress, and then all of a sudden they'll find something they want to change on the ship side, and then it's going to be like they'll change something major, and then they'll have to do a tanking test again after they put the ship back on. Watch, watch. I believe that'll happen almost 100%.
We have 2 or 3 cranes serves in the sticks right now.
We have 3.
Yeah.
One,
Okay.
yeah, one is up there with
The scaff bucket.
yeah.
That's a lifting bucket for tools, and that one looks like it's getting ready to hook onto something at the end.
Although they never hooked up to something.
Well, they could be waiting
that's
on the right parts.
that's Junior. Junior's like sitting around looking busy and not doing anything.
Yeah, they have 2 cranes that are extended, not doing anything, and one with a scaff bucket. So
Change of
perfect.
shift.
And did they? Is it the other crane on the back? They were reeving the block paw. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one that I think they were leaving the block on, and then they extended it.
Cool. So, now Matt, you were saying the sticks went up, and what did you say earlier? I kind of overheard you saying something about the motion of the sticks before all this happened, Matt.
Well, so they had started to come down earlier, then they slowed like way down. They were going very, very slow and kind of like jerky a little bit. They'd go down for a bit, then they'd stop, go down a bit, stop. Then they finally came to a stop a little ways up. Everybody came out, walked around on the sticks a little bit for probably, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Then it started going back down again, and again, very, very slow.
So not
They-
enough.
It appears they're setting the scaffolding up near one of the skates or around that side. They're going around the front and setting the scaffolding up. Maybe one of the skates has an issue.
Yeah, maybe they dislodged, or one of the skates got a little rattled around too much or something. On the center line of the sticks.
Did we hear
That's
any?
kind of where it looks like they're working around right now, but they were also walking around on the outside of the sticks, so I don't know. It's kind of odd to have cranes up just sitting there. It almost looks like they were ready to hook up to something, but they never hooked up to anything, and they're still just there. Weird.
Maybe
I
they
think-
have 2 separate issues.
I think they're going to use the cranes to take some of the pressure off the skate.
Yeah.
That's a good thought. Yeah, that's a good thought. Because I mean, they could take a little bit of. I'm not sure. Is that crane, Alex, capable of taking it?
200.
A usable amount of weight off the skid?
It's a 220-ton crane, so it should be able to lift quite a bit of weight off.
So yeah, maybe that's why they've got both of them there. They're going to hook it up to the arms, or hook it up to one arm, and then kind of like slightly tweak the sticks so they take weight off a skate and try to fix one of the skates or something. Maybe
the drawworks can't do this.
One on each. Well, because so with the sticks, with the drawworks pulling on that point, would it? Yeah, so would it still be a little bit heavy on the arm side, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you would. It'd be it's a teeter-totter, more or less. I mean, this. So yeah, I mean, if they pull up on that end, it's going to be pivoting around the drawworks.
Yeah, I would say it's a skate issue, considering where they're putting all the scaffolding right now.
Yeah, either that or, I mean, there's hydraulics in there, but it's not likely that hydraulic system.
Now, when they were lowering the chopsticks earlier, did we hear any like squeaking or any unpleasant noises like we did when they had skate issues on pad 1?
I don't know.
Didn't hear anything, but I wasn't really listening to any of the mics. I'd have to try to go back and try to listen to them.
We all know Newton's law, don't we?
They could put one crane even on each stick, and then they would have plenty of power to rock the, like you're saying, Alex, teeter-totter over to take a bit of weight off that skate.
I mean,
that was my thought based on where the cranes are positioned. One's by the end of each arm.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 cranes could lift a sizable percentage of those arms' weight.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good good thought, fella. That's exactly what I agree with you, to be honest. Just while we're here, the booster looks pretty flash there with its bit of black down the bottom like we saw in the render. I was pretty impressed when I saw that. That all happened though. So much happened overnight last night, and I drove like 4 hours yesterday afternoon and into the evening, and then went to sleep straight away. So much happened in the last sort of 14 hours, 18 hours.
And you might see, there's a chance you might see paint on the ship as well. I noticed the other day when there was when a ship 41 section rolled into Egg Bay 2, there was some of the aft flap attachment hardware was painted black. So I got a funny feeling we might see a painted ship 39.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hopefully we'll find out, and once night shift really gets going here, they'll have to get their briefing, safety briefing, all that stuff. Maybe the ship will be on the stand by like 8 or 9. Hopefully, maybe if it's ready to go.
Now, what else did we miss on the launch site through show and tell? Like you said, we missed a few things. Was that mostly at the launch site, or just in general over the whole sites?
Just in general, I didn't keep a running tab of what was missed, but I mean, I don't know if we pointed out the tops of the old OLM legs piles are visible, which cracked me up.
Yeah, one there and one there, I think, so far, yeah.
And then up by the red on the right or left, yeah, and down, I think right there, I think it's another one.
Oh, got you. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of 6. That's a better shot. Yeah, you can start making out the shape. Yeah. Here, there. Yeah. Then there, then there, then there-ish.
That might be the other way.
Cool. So this is that we saw this. We did see. We talked about this bracing going in instead of using the tiebacks, using this other system you're talking about.
Yeah, it's somebody's ground photos. They have labeling all over of "Do not dewater," even though I can see them dewatering right in that picture. But
Oops.
yeah.
So the posted instructions are being ignored.
You can't tell where they were pointed at. This area might be okay. It might be closer to the tower base that they're not wanting it. But yeah. They're they're using the sheet piles as cofferdams and not doing any tiebacks, which is kind of funny actually. Remember those 3 sheet piles that were next to the base of the tower on the back leg? Now where they cemented over this back corner where the drawworks was. Early on, there's right around a little bit lower, but in that area there were 3 sheet piles right by that leg. Yeah, they ended up those are where they put the tie rods in to brace the sheet pile wall.
There's tiebacks here, isn't there?
Yeah, they go through the concrete and they end up in some sheet piles back here. Yeah, right around there.
Gotcha. Yep. Cool. So should we have a quick look at the static fire? I guess we should do that quickly while we're here, because there's a funny picture to look at in a second. So booster 19. So they managed to do a full duration static fire, but still no top plate. The top plate didn't fire, I guess.
I don't think you would not want to fire the top plate while running a static fire like that. That would be stupid. You would basically, the low pressure would pull all that water in right into the top of the engines. Not that it would do anything, but it's stupid and pointless to do it while static firing. To be honest,
Ryan, was it a lack of a seal that caused the methane flash we saw at ignition that occurred on the? There it is, right there, the methane flash. Thanks, Stephanie. You moused over it.
you mean outside the mount?
Yeah, Steph, bring your hand
Yeah,
to the bottom part on the right.
They never
Outside
sealed
it.
that part between the mount and the.
It actually came out from below the mount against the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they never
there's a
sealed that.
gap.
There's a gap there.
Okay, we saw
They
a nice
never
methane flash
sealed
out of
that
that at
side.
ignition.
Yeah, they never sealed that. You'll see steam come out of that, and if you play the video, you'll see steam come out of it too, and then it'll just kind of all get vaporized and kind of just get sucked into the low pressure zone.
Yeah, that section of wall there is strictly just as a barrier. They
There it
don't
is.
want
Yep.
they don't want its vibrations interfering with the mounts and the legs.
Of course, they have to have a gap or you shake the whole thing apart. Alex, this is your
Well,
specialty.
no, they don't need to. They designed it that way because they don't have a gap on the other side with the tower.
Yeah.
But this
You
side
mean
they
with the
want.
service structure?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Towers.
the service structure is sealed, so obviously they don't fry the service structure. But that side's sealed just because it's their design choice to not seal that side. And that's all it is. There's nothing wrong with it or anything. It looks kind of funny, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Looks cool.
So
Yeah,
one of the coolest shots. So Stephanie, go to like 0.5 and go to the start. So go to 0.5 on the plate. So go to your little gear. Go to playback speed of 0.5.
Playback speed. Yep. Up. That's
0.5.
faster.
That's 1.5.
Up one more.
What it? Yeah. 0.5.
0.5. Thanks, Steph.
And
Good
then
on you.
right at the start and start it, you'll see it's really cool. You see the shockwave from the igniters right there, and then the shockwave from ignition of all 33 engines instantly.
Wow.
Not a staggered. There's no staggered. Instant ignition of all 33. Thanks to the new transfer tube, they're able to do that.
This video,
it's insane to watch the double shockwave right there. Oh, it looks so awesome.
It's the startup sound at the start is my favorite part. It's just the start is playing sound. Yeah.
With sound, Steph. Thank you.
Yeah, you probably want to play the sound with it at full speed though. But yeah, I would at least.
Look, I got crooked glasses, so it's hard to line up. It's hard to line
You're
up.
at the right speed. You're at speed. You're at 1. You're at 1.
You're at 1. Let it roll, Steph.
That's
hilarious.
Sounds like something out of a science fiction movie.
Yeah, it's the igniters going and then the full ignition. You can just see that slight delay when the igniters fire, and like milliseconds later, all the engines fully ignite.
You're getting the blast from the pre-burners, their shock when they start, and then the second one is the main chambers going.
It's hilarious. I just love the double shockwave. It's awesome.
You can see the first one out here a bit more
Saturn
obviously.
V launch.
Yeah.
You can see the initial shockwave out here a bit easier, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and then for anyone who's wondering, you'll hear and you'll see the fire go down near the end. That's just because they throttle down and then they shut the engines off. But they're at full thrust for like 12 seconds or more.
Full
That's
thrust.
max power. Yeah, it's 250 tons per engine, max power right there.
Gotta love that.
Man, those clamps must be some sort of strong. Very good.
Python Propulsion Tech is wondering, is the camera drone or on the chopsticks?
Yeah.
Drone.
That's a drone.
Looks like chopsticks to me.
No, that's way too wide for the sticks, I think.
Look to the right.
You can see the...
Yep. Plus, if you look throughout the video, it's really pretty steady, other than getting hit by some of the shockwaves and stuff. I was thinking it was a drone at first, too, but the more I look at it, I'm pretty sure that's chopsticks.
It moves, though. Watch
It's
it.
a drone.
Yeah, barely.
It's a
drone.
drone.
Except because
Could be.
We also
That
want to
looks to
thank
be in the
Martin
right. That looks to be in
for
the,
his.
the right spot for the left-hand chopstick if you're looking down from the top of the tower.
Nah, it's moving.
It's moving. The
That's a
chopsticks don't
drone.
move.
That's a drone. They're both
It's a drone.
drones. Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay.
The other one is a minute long, and that's a slow motion on a drone as well.
And it does look like they're shooting water out the end of the deluge pipes up the trench walls or the trench floor.
One of the cranes is
Just remember, if it can move a car, it can move a camera.
Interesting
Yeah, but-
post. Oh, good.
Go on.
Interesting post from CSI Starbase he just made. He posted a video kind of zoomed in from this angle, but he noticed that it looks like the ring of 10 engines actually gimbal outwards about halfway through the video. I can send the link to his post here in
Yeah, they might.
chat.
I wouldn't be surprised if they gimbaled during that as well. It wouldn't shock me at all.
Maybe that's why it looked like the flames kind of change a little way through.
Yeah, that's basically why. Is because they gimbaled the engines out, which means it's less flames technically hitting right onto the bucket. It's, and so the color will slightly change.
Makes more sense than throttling
Oh, yeah,
down.
there, look.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can see the shock, like if you call it what the bow, if you want to call it the bow shock of the thing, it moves basically.
You'd get that
Creeps
from
back up
throttling as
towards the
well.
end.
Yeah, so
You'd get-
yeah, it could be throttling, it could be gimbaling. I guess it could be both. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did both, if they throttled and gimbaled those engines to test everything while they're running. You got about like 15 seconds to do a lot of. That's a lot of time to do a lot of testing with those engines. A lot of time.
And you'd be shooting those through the outer 20. So
Yeah.
how much the two plumes interacting with each other, their shock cells would be a lot different.
The slow motion, that first video is truly amazing.
Very good.
On SpaceX's post. It's the slow-mo just looks absolutely awesome.
Different angle. Oh, this slow, mate, yep. Man, that's a massive plume. Holy moly.
Like
those shockwaves is what blows me away the most. It's just incredible to watch.
Hey Ryan, you can see Camo in that.
Yeah, I
in
know.
the
You
shot.
can. There's actually. Yeah, you can see our ant cam out there. It's kind of sitting in the little wetlands. No, not that one. That's inside space. It's the.
To the
it's
right?
A little bit more to the right there. The other one that's sitting out there. Yeah, that's ant cam. That was our almost. It wasn't exactly dead on, but it was probably our best view of the whole thing.
Of those dancing clouds.
Can you play
There's an
that again,
alien.
Steph?
There's an alien, look.
You think is that basically dust and NOx?
Most of it's NOx.
Yeah, I figured at that point.
The whole once they throttle on and hit operational power, the afterburn is dominating. You can see it up in the top of the plumes.
The initial ignition with the slow-mo, it's awesome to see. As soon as it ignites, the low pressure zone it creates, and you just see some of the clouds get sucked into the bottom. It's basically sucked in, right? Kind of there, just gets sucked in, and then you get the initial shock wave. So awesome.
If you look towards the top of the plumes, halfway from the exit stuff, before a little bit further in straight down, all the yellow or brown in there is the afterburn and NOx production from the shock cells.
You can see it start. You can see it come in here about just here somewhere. It comes in.
No, it's
sort of
coming in
there.
from the top. No, it's not coming from the bottom. It's coming from the top. Down there is more of a ground effect but the top of the flame in there, where it's all fairly consistent, yellowish brown colors. That's the NOx production from the afterburner. Since it's fuel rich, you have a lot of methane to burn, and with all the added energy of all the little shock cells forming and collapsing.
What I like looking at the left, Alec, is you can see the shockwave picking the moisture off the pool of water and carrying it along. On the left side there, Steph, up at the you see
that's the low pressure zone in the water. It's condensing out.
Yeah,
that's what's happening there. It's
a little farther left, Steph, where it looks like a cloud forming and dissipating. Keep going, keep going. That's it right there. That's what Alex is talking about. And the low pressure zone sucking water off the ground there.
It's not sucking water off. It's the water in the air condensing, and as the pressure can't support it.
It's what's happening there is what happens when, say, a fighter jet does a high G turn and you see the clouds come off of it, or like during a when you break the sound barrier going supersonic, you see the shock cone. That's basically what's happening there. Is you're literally compressing and condensing. You're compressing the air so quickly it's condensing it into a cloud, and then it gets vaporized almost instantly. It's basically like a shock cone.
It is a shock cell forming. You're having a sonic transition.
Sort of thing you see off the wing of a large jumbo during takeoff or landing on a humid day. You get the moisture over the wing and the low pressure area.
Yeah, or the front fan when it spools up for takeoff.
Yeah.
All right, now the funny photo I promised you. I guess we can show this NSF photo. We can quickly show this. This was LabCam 3, I believe.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops.
I've put the photo of the damage up in studio comments for you, Steph, with permission of the photographer to repost it.
That'll probably be in his thing too.
In studio comments, I've put it. There you go.
Oops.
As long as we post Sean's watermark, we can anyone can use Sean's images. On Twitter, everybody, if anyone on X, anyone wants to use Sean's images, he's quite happy for you too. Just as long as you make sure you use watermark, please.
Danger SUV.
Man, it got blasted.
It moved. You see where the wheel moved? The F wheel.
Alex said earlier half a dozen high school footballers could do that.
Believe me, we did.
Did you just put the headmaster's car in the foyer?
We put in the shower. We put the line coach's bug in the showers.
That's okay. Okay, so the sticks, so they're lifting here, and then it looks like, maybe you're right there, PK, they're going to lift here, maybe take a bit of weight off this area and maybe do something, a bit of an operation here, perhaps. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there.
I think it's the right upper center line skate that's having issues, because that's where all the scaffolding's going.
Oh, yeah, but that's at the far side. Okay, cool.
Right side looking in the perspective of the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, in here. Yeah. So yeah.
That's how I always refer to the sticks.
Starboard
side.
Isn't a tower tradition for them to throw a skate before the first launch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. They dropped a skate when they were originally installing them,
right?
If I remember correctly.
I remember that. Yep.
It's bad to drop an elevator.
Give them time.
Oh wait, they did that. Although I don't think that was actually SpaceX's fault. I thought that was like a manufacturing issue with the elevator or something.
I was just wondering if this was a Grand Prix site, because that's a tight corner, that, if it is. That won't fit with photos whatsoever, sorry.
All right. I guess we can move. So that was exciting. The static fires, something going on with the sticks. So they're rolling. Are they? Do you think they're rolling the booster back or getting the sticks ready to lift the ship?
Next is roll out the ship, lift it, wet dress rehearsal, roll both back.
And then roll back everything.
Yep. They still have things to finish up on the booster. They got to finish all the chine stuff. I think they still need to do FTS. I don't know if that's done yet or not. I don't know if they would have installed FTS for this kind of a static fire.
No,
not with how new the pad is.
As soon as you put FTS on the vehicle, it has to be sanctioned by the FAA for any operations.
Yeah, they're allowed in the license to go up to installing the FTS and doing ground stuff, but they might as well not. Why put it on when you're definitely not going to be ready? And then of course there's a lot of static fire testing hardware they got to take off the booster. They had all the data connections put back on for this test, so they got to take all those off. And then of course I expect them to want to inspect the engines and the pad without the booster on there, make sure everything's solid, and then once they're ready to go, they'll roll everything back out and go. I don't think I think it'll go after Memorial Day. That's my guess. Unless they want to rush this too much, which
it's pretty impressive they're that confident. They haven't even had a ship on this tower yet.
Hey, Chrome.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things. It's like they have those dates set, and they have yet to even hook a ship up to this tank farm.
Yeah.
And considering the amount of changes they've made with booster, I'm like, watch them test with the ship and go, well, let's change things here, and here. Well, dang it. Now we need to test it again. Well, we want to change things here and here. Okay, well, let's test it again. Like they did that. They've done a ton of prop load tests with the booster, but they're just going to do one with ship.
They can do this most of the testing at Massey's.
Yeah, it's just.
But they simplified the plumbing.
Yeah. And the ship is very, compared to the boosters, you're just filling the tanks. You don't have any of the ignition gases that you're dealing with. All that just gets fills the COPV. Yeah. Make sure the data connectors work.
Still watch them change something and do a tanking test after the fact.
Indy, how's chat going? Let's jump over to you.
Questions and donations for everybody.
Sure.
We want to thank Martin for his 24-pound donation. He did that 3 different times, and he said he loves the intro. And he says pair character. Oh, and then he sent a emoji, a cool emoji. We also want to thank David Richter for his $25 donation, and he says, "Here's to a good static fire with quote or parentheses with no collateral damage to stage 0 question mark." Wet dress rehearsal and launch. And then we have questions. First question is from Rezi. He's asking, now that we have seen a full power of 33 R3s, would this have destroyed pad 1 in one launch?
No. The power increase is incremental.
Is this 50% power or 100% power, Alec?
100%.
Nobody knows. But
thank you, Ryan.
They said full thrust.
Yeah. Full thrust means a lot of things, though.
At 16
I
million
mean, their post, I'm going to take that as they were running at max power, running at 100% throttle. For how long, I don't know, but I'm going to say
100%, or are they like the shuttles where main engines where you can go up like 105?
Maybe it was 105. Maybe they were running this at 200. Maybe at some point during this test, they were actually at 280 tons per engine, and then they went down like 250 or lower. I don't know, but I take it as at one point, based off their post, they were at max throttle. They were at liftoff power for this booster. I'm taking that as
Hey, Ryan,
600 times, isn't it?
They also said the last 33 engine was full duration, and we come and find out it wasn't.
And so would have had they ever done a full power test on pad A?
No.
Thank you.
I had a question about that real quick. Did they do full power on ship?
No way.
They probably they probably could have.
Well, you know what I mean.
over at Massey's.
No. Then they had the ship at Pad 1.
Oh, probably. Maybe.
No, they didn't.
We
With
tried
the
to
single
forget
engine?
about that. We tried to forget about that, dudes.
Why?
No, I didn't
Wait,
know. Yeah.
What? You know that's probably what they're going to do at Slick 37, right?
Probably.
No, like, well, no, not probably. Like,
Guaranteed.
once they start moving ships over to the Cape, they literally have absolutely no other choice but to make an adapter for 39A and 37 right now. They have no other choice. They don't have until they build a ship static fire stand and trench, they don't have an option but to make an adapter. They'll make an adapter for 39A, find a way to combine the QDs, probably taking the back hoods off and routing the lines or something along those lines over over either the locks or the CH4QD and putting them together into one. And that's how they'll static fire ships. They don't really have any other option to do at all. They straight up don't have another option.
I still think the adapter system could be done similar to how Rocket Lab plans to static fire the Neutron second stage, where they have QDs. The QDs on the launch mount, they hook up onto QD plates on the adapter. And then there's pipework going from those QD plates to another QD plate that hooks
I
up
don't
to
know
the
how you
second
do
stage.
that
Just
on this mount without removing the doors.
Or add a third tower in the center for the ship. Done.
Why do we not have flying Tesla batteries? Is what's stuck in my head at the moment.
So I got another question for you, gents. Python Propulsion is wondering how much does Pad 2's diverter erode compared to Pad 1's?
No idea. Ask SpaceX. Media@spacex.com. They'll totally reply to you.
Get
Just
an
don't hold your breath.
set up some IR spectroscopy gear, and yeah, some open
then
air FTIR, and work from there. Look for some emission lines.
Would it be
And
fair
then
to
Ari,
Sorry, Indy, go ahead.
It would be fair to say that it's probably quite slight. They've been using the same design at Massey's, at least on the ramps, for what, a decade or more.
McGregor, you mean?
McGregor, yeah. And Massey's they've been using a couple of years. I mean,
They have wet pipes at Massey's, don't they? Water injected pipes there as well, Alex?
yeah, they use these systems pretty much at every test stand. Is the same sort of design of just using 8-inch stainless steel pipes that you drill in a pattern. They're cheap.
I mean,
they're easy.
they handled an engine to deconstruct as well, didn't they, at Massey's?
Yeah, it took a little damage, but I mean, overall, you're not getting. If you balance your water flow, you're not going to get much erosion. I think the majority of the erosion that was happening at Pad 1 was the interface between the diverters and the legs. You're getting some concentrated shock cells forming up since there's nothing diverting the flow away from those legs except for using them as a splitter. They had very little cooling on them. And after every flight, you could see how deep the ablation patterns was on those.
Well, they kept increasing the armor on those legs after every launch.
They had to. They had absolutely no cooling on them. They had no ability to keep them cool.
So just
Yeah,
like
they were frying everything on the inside ring of the old mount. They're frying it nonstop. This system is way better. The top deck will help protect it, and not only that, this is a much better system to seal it against any exhaust intrusion into the mount. And then not only that, I would assume that the mount and the service structure, especially during a launch, are going to be a decent positive pressure nitrogen environment to try to prevent anything from getting in there as well, and prevent buildup of unwanted gases. So it'll all combine into a system that'll last a lot longer than the first one.
Yeah, they're also spraying quite a bit of water inside the mount on some of
Yeah.
the shots. You can see the drain holes along the bottom of the OLM just dripping water. I think they're in the video, the episode that SpaceX released.
Oh,
And
Ryan, they would nitrogen purge the mount the same way they did with the shuttle pads.
after the event.
No, this is from their episode. They had the test it like if they fly or whatever it was, where they
Yeah,
had
that when they had a nice close-up shot of the mount and the arms.
yeah, you could see all the little drain holes along the base of the OLM just weeping water, and they have water dripping down those 4 vertical cameras.
Love that view.
Yeah, they're doing a ton of stuff too.
Oh, geez. So anyway, cool. Thanks, Alex. Yeah. So we'll keep going, Indy. We'll keep going with your questions.
Yep, got one more for you guys. When do you guys think SpaceX will put out the Flight 12 update and launch date?
Either once they have a full stack or after the wet dress. That's my guess.
Yeah, they need the full stack drone footage first.
Yeah, and then they probably at least that to then they'll go, okay, we're targeting net this, and then it'll probably push even more.
And then we also want to thank Resi for their $5 donation, and he put the icon for fuel, so thank you for that. And then Cumulus had a question. He's wondering why they were drilling so much near Tower A this week.
They are drilling the piles for the propellant trench.
Yep.
And if you guys were wanting that, I don't know if you guys were wanting the bird's eye from that documentary of the flame trench, but I sent those in the Studio VC comments.
Oh, thanks. Let me quickly grab.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's such a nice look at the arms. I've already checked out that image out quite a few times so far.
Yeah, and then there's the shot looking into the trench where you can see the Firex detonation suppression manifold.
It's not one of those 3.
No. This is from underneath looking up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's.
I just sent that one. I just there you go. I just sent if you want the underneath one.
Yeah, that one. You can see the little drain holes all over from where they're. Yep.
Oh, so that's water actually getting sprayed inside the OLM, yeah.
Yeah. So they're just little drain holes on the base of it, letting it out.
That would make sense, cooling it from the inside as well.
I mean, the heating you're going to get on the inside is going to be from hot gas intrusion, not from. I mean, heating up 2 inches of stainless is be impressive in that period of time.
Thanks, Prog. Here, they're drilling. Where are we drilling? We're drilling here, yeah. So, yeah, propellant trench, yeah. Around here, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh, there's another one.
Another one? What?
Another question.
Oh.
Austria is wondering, are the engines gimbaled toward the flame bucket exits upon start, then pointed downwards for the liftoff?
If they designed it right, they'd be more interested in positioning them for their thrust profiles than worrying about the launch infrastructure.
The infrastructure should look after itself, shouldn't it?
Yeah, if not, it's a bad design. It's just like the horribly coined tower avoidance maneuver. That's just the vehicle pitching down range. It has nothing to do with avoiding the tower. It's just what launch vehicles do as soon as they leave the pad.
Who's that now? But yeah, we try not to step over each other. That's the thing. It's a bit tricky. I'm on a massive delay because I'm in Australia, going through the servers right across the place. So we do our best, and I appreciate a bit of critical feedback. That's fine. We don't learn things if people don't say, "Oh, look, I find this irritating," whatever. So appreciate your comment and your constructive criticism. But yeah, we do try our best not to jump all over each other. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes, and that's like any Discord server, any voice chat. That's the thing that happens, and yeah, we appreciate your patience, and we ask that you continue being patient with us, and we're trying our best to be as professional as we can, and some days we're all just human, so some days we just muck it right up, so it's all good. I think it's hilarious some days, but yeah, we try our best not to. Now, Alex, you're saying maybe they're putting some water out the end of the pipes. Is that what I heard you say earlier?
Yeah, that's what it looked like from the overhead towards the at the end. Because you have the water jets that you can see from the ridge, and then there's the huge amount of water that comes up overflowing the edge at the end along the base. So,
and that would help to protect further out here in the ramp area.
Yeah, I mean, you still have a very hot flame. I mean, you're going to have a tertiary impingement point on that ramp, right around where your hand is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have the primary, then you're going to have the second one in the sort of the rounded portion of the bucket towards the edge, and then you're going to have a tertiary one where it's impacting the ramp leaving.
Yeah.
So that'll give you a hot spot. So the easiest way for them to cool that is to just shoot water out the back and up the walls or up the ramp.
Yeah, open discussion. That's why. Yeah, especially this one. When we do our weekend streams, it's very much more structured. The official show. This is like a very off the rails sort of show. But that's what it was designed to be, and we're getting good response from it too. People are loving it mostly, so it's all good.
Loving it, Steph. Your commentary, your facts. It's just a pleasure to listen to, sir, ma'am. Sorry.
My facts are all over the shop. But in here, all I do is lead a conversation, and I have awesome people with me joining that conversation. So how we do this show, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I can lead with intelligent questions, but yeah, a lot of times I don't know, and I'm not ashamed to ask. And also, a lot of times I ask questions that I hear in chat. Sometimes the questions aren't necessarily mine, but the community in general. Like I hear a lot of comments about the actual shockwaves we're seeing here. Alex, they kind of look like a standing sort of wave. Is that a correct thing to say at all? That's me asking a dumb question.
No, you'll get their reflections. I mean, you have what sound is just sort of a sine wave. So where you're having constructive and destructive interferences, you're going to get those nodes.
Because the waves don't seem to travel. They tend to just be there and disappear. They seem to be on, up, on, up, on, up, on, up, on, up, rather than sort of traveling. But they may be going way too fast. We can't see them travel in amongst the refresh rate of the sensor or whatever of the camera.
Well, if you ever mic a theater and you have the loud areas where you have the sound waves constructively interfering, and then you get, so it's the same sort of thing at some point. Just the geometry is also interplaying. Some of it is obviously from low pressure, high pressure, but most of these is just ground reflection interacting with the waves. I mean, so you have multi-paths, and
I don't know if we're gonna get a rollout soon. The ship transport stand just left Mega Bay 2 and went back towards Sanchez.
Yikes.
Obviously the sticks are unhappy.
Nope.
So, yeah.
The skates don't skate no more.
They may have had quite the observation on Starbase Live. There's probably about 10 people all staring, right next to each other, staring over the side of the carriage, just kind of looking down ominously.
I don't think they're going to roll ship tonight. If anything, it might get pushed till It might roll it tomorrow or later. We'll see. Which means we'll see if the wet dress even happens on Saturday or not.
Thank you for the heads up on that, Prog. So you think they got more damage than they planned?
Yeah, they're probably just finishing up their quote unquote observations, so they may have the observation may have been a little bit more serious than they originally thought. So a further delay. I'll send a little screenshot of them in the Studio VC comments of them kind of all looking over the side.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, not happy. Not happy sticks. Not happy chappies. Not happy choppies. Chappy choppies. Oh, there's the shot I was looking for. Very good. So, there's heaps of stuff getting staged over here and here. The frame's going ahead. We saw that on the weekend show. So the Saturday or Sunday show, I think if you're looking for more concise, shorter, more constructed show is the one you want to be watching. That's only 2 hours and only 2 or 3 commentators, and we very much are a lot more brief and constructed. Well, most of the time, much more brief and more sort of a constructed show. But live streaming's. We also do a 15-minute weekly video, which is very concise and very precise, and just Matt there, our new voiceover guy, is doing such a good job there, and we do that once a week. Well, it actually came out today. Our weekly catch-up video, which a lot of people like as well. It's one of the more popular weekly catch-ups of just Starbase alone. And although Padre do one as well, and you see Marcus House does a whole rocket industry one as well. There's quite a few of them around. So yeah, have a look around. There's plenty of videos around. But yeah, we decided to make this expanded show just to be something where we could all just chill out and talk rockets for a few hours, and that's what we do. And we enjoy it a lot. Okay.
Another question.
Sorry. Sorry,
No.
Andy, we'll go to you first, Alex.
No, mine was just snark. I said and
Okay.
kangaroos.
Snark. The snark
Andy
and
had
what?
some-
Kangaroos?
You said we
All
talk rockets for a few hours. And I said and kangaroos.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can talk about all sorts of things. Kangaroos, crocodiles, Australia, Mars, America, yeah. Pterodactyls.
I didn't see that little bit of concrete going in.
Yeah, it went in. That's under. So the pipes are popping up over there. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't cover that in the video this week.
Yeah, there's a couple
There's a-
files too.
Shh.
I was gonna say there's a new load of hardware sitting on that now, isn't there? I think there was, or is it somewhere else on the site?
And isn't
Is
that
there-
where the water pipes are coming up too?
I thought the new hardware was on the other side of the power. The
Oh
VFD
yeah,
bunker.
could be.
No,
It
no,
was-
no. On the spit that sticks out on the point.
Yeah, there was that first assembly delivered a few days ago, and I think that went where you just said, Alex. And then there was another assembly delivered earlier today as well. I'm not sure where that went.
I saw it briefly. I thought it looked the same as the one that was dropped off earlier in the week, so I assumed it went in the same area.
Can't find my pictures. It's all good. Yeah, over there. Over there. You mean at the very end of that? At the very end, concrete.
I think they poured the concrete on that pad, and I think it went on it.
Oh, it has been poured. Yeah, since this flyover, yeah, that pad has been poured. Yes, that's correct.
Well, and on that very back pad, they've put a couple of big transformers so far also. Right where those two little knockouts are on the pad there. Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. Wasn't there transformer pads back behind this building too?
That's what we originally thought.
You know, thought he'd plant nails to grow crowbars. So let's. All right. Thanks, Indy.
I got a couple more questions.
Sure.
Rezzy's wondering, could you test heat shield towels by sticking them in the flame trench?
Your goodness, no.
You'd shatter and vaporize them, basically.
Pulverize them.
Yes.
Yeah, pulverize is
They're
a better
so
word.
fragile.
Like while the heat environment may be somewhat similar, just the heat, the actual like environment of, the exhaust gases being supersonic and all that other jazz, no, it's not even remotely close to the environment during reentry.
And the water.
Yeah, it's a chemistry.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
You're not getting hit with a plasma for starters.
Yeah, the atmospheric loads attenuate very quickly going uphill. Coming downhill, it's a different story, as Alex just mentioned. You get, plasma flow, which you're subjected to for what, 15 minutes, Alex?
Yeah, I forgot how long its interface it stays at that point is, but yeah, it's mainly for how much atomic oxygen's in it attacking the tile surface.
Yeah, that atomic O2 does do a number on stuff.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons Mars heat shield would be a bit different than Earth's heat shield.
What are you talking about? Launch site, talking about the ship. Cool, thanks.
And then AK John Doe is celebrating 15 months of membership with us. And he says, this is my favorite show, even more than the flyovers, because so many rabbit holes get explored. Keep up the amazing shows. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And then
Thank
Olaf
you, AK John Doe.
Olaf asks, how easy would it be to build an expendable starship with fairings?
Fairings. Oh, okay, so the whole payload bay opens up. Interesting.
I mean, not that hard.
It'd be fairly easy, wouldn't it, Ryan? To do a single-shot starship?
I mean, we had 26.
Yeah, you just basically make a stainless steel fairing with explosive bolts. Because why not?
Hungry Hippo.
And the payload mass would go through the roof, but you wouldn't be focused on bringing the second stage back.
Oof, I've just invoked the ship 26 people.
Yep.
Here.
Dog noises are fine. Who's that? Probably. Yeah, dog noises are fine. My dogs speak to all you international dogs all the time. It's amazing. Sometimes my dogs will bark, and I hear other people say, like Astro Joe often comment that their dogs bark because my dogs bark. So it's like our dogs also have a bit of an international conversation, which I think is really cool. All right, so while we're at masses, that's a good segue to masses, I think, guys. What do you reckon?
There's if you look in Patreon now, Stephanie, there's links to the ASU hardware there. Ben Dudes and Caps have put in.
Sweet. Is that it?
Then
yeah, that was the one delivered yesterday or the day before, and then the Caps is linked to the one that was delivered earlier today.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that joins up with the piece that was delivered yesterday.
Oh, that was going to be one of my questions. What is with that rigging? So it's a double square rigging for like a double square big thing.
That's what we saw sitting next to the electrical bunker in the flyover.
Yes.
And the hook's offset too on the top.
That's a crazy rigging. That's awesome. Rigging's amazing. I like rigging when they do rigging like that. Oh, so it's going to lift. We're going to see. I see. I see. So just 8 lifting points rather than just like 2 lifting points or 4 lifting points. Okay.
There's those transformers too I was talking about.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Man, that's a cool bit of rigging, that.
Yeah.
Science in action.
That piece
And
go on, Jake.
So you can see the offset at the top there as well. And when go back a little bit when it's tight.
Yep, that side weighs a lot more than that side. Yep. The science of triangles. Or the science of loads through load. What do you call it, Alex? Load paths. That's the word I'm looking for.
Uneven loads.
Awesome. Thanks, Vent Dudes, for doing that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And then that piece that showed up today looks like it's going to go in front of that piece.
Cool. So I'll just jump back quickly. That didn't quite get to segue. That segue did not work at all. So that was lifted to over here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Okie dokie. Perpetual Nerd, man. I've seen Perpetual Nerd as a YouTube user way back in Jessica Coast days, like a few years ago now. Perpetual Nerd I've known for a long time through YouTube, so g'day. And what have you done for us? So you've given us a donation. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, Massies. So Massies. I did like the, I think we went over this a bit in the show and tell. I like the Sean Geisler photo. We could see the bottom outlets of this header tank, and we see the struts really clearly. So I believe 18.3 now has gone through yet another cryo test. So what numbers did you say, Ryan?
13 for both is what they've been through.
Well tested. Okay.
So there was a question back on the other one before we got to Massey's about the ASU.
Sure.
Andy Alder is asking, is that a standard AU modular part being lifted? When you were showing the video.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not that I'm not that up to date with ASU units. ASUs, I'm sorry. So it's all being standard Xpanded. I mean, like I'm sure these things are all standardized, but I'm sure there's also a lot of scope for client particular type arrangements. So I'm sure every site's not identical. So the cooling system may be different. They may have different cooling units. They may have different. Obviously, the way the site is set out is different at every different site. So I'm not sure. Maybe.
Everyone's unique for the climate and the gas ratios that they want to generate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and that as well. So it may be standard for this particular things that Alex just mentioned, or it may be something. Yeah, but it would be made by the same company and everything. So
they're standard blocks, but whether or not their capacities are the same is site specific.
Cool. Thank you. So on this, so that was, they were like water pumps. That was to do with water, wasn't it? Those things we saw.
I'm assuming it's for the cooling tower, but for the water, for the intercooling and after cooling of the input air.
So there's this cooling here for the these what you call the intercoolers, and then there's this one's over here for the cooling in here.
I think one of those is for the cooling there, and a pair is for the primary. I'm pretty sure all four of those lines are water lines.
Cool. So to answer your questions, yes, but you might not see, like Alex said, there's slight differences between different sites. So you might not see it exactly the same on another site, but definitely look like very much a module that they build. So I keep getting this air liquid. Is it, or the other one? There's this air liquid.
This is air liquid and land, and then there's probably about 5 major ASU manufacturers.
Yeah.
If you've ever driven up Merritt Island, like up towards the visitor center, the Cape Visitor Center, you'll pass by an Air Liquide ASU, like just before you get to the turnoff, and then go by Blue Origin's campus out there.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Cool. So I think we covered most of Massey's. Was there anything in particular we didn't talk about, Alex?
I mean, ASU's and data centers are two of the biggest power hogs on the planet. So
yeah, especially data centers now.
No, their ASUs are probably still more than data centers.
And for human consumption, like medical, or for industry, the ASUs?
Industry.
Yeah.
A huge amount of how much cleaner industry can be attributed to air separation.
We gotta wait for the. Go ahead.
Never mind.
I was just gonna say we gotta wait for the SpaceX post saying in space ASUs.
How do you do an ASU in space?
It was a joke talking about how they're moving the data
I was
centers
like,
to
what?
space. I was talking about how they're moving the data centers to space and stuff with the power advantages and stuff. Said next thing you know, ASUs in space.
That's hilarious. Okay, I think Kimos, I think you need to put yourself on push to talk or mute your microphone, please. Okay. Thank you. Now, I heard you say something to Zach about this test area, like something was being removed. Maybe not. Okay, so the big thing, I guess, Mass, is people talk about why not burn off the methane, why put into a pond. I think it's just easier, or it's more safer.
Probably can't burn off that amount at once.
I look at that and then I see the where the plume exits out of that trench, and I wonder if that's gonna light on fire during a static fire attempt.
Wouldn't you need a tank to keep the methane in before you flared it off? Or I don't think the flare can handle that much methane at once.
They make tanks specifically for doing that.
It would be funny if that entire pond caught fire. That'd be funny.
I mean, they're going to do it at the LNG plant. Why don't we just set that system up?
I know Alex would love to see that entire thing catch fire. I mean,
Yeah, it'd probably just get swept up in the plume, and you wouldn't really notice it.
And just kind of burn off in the plume, basically.
Yeah, just like the plume's doing.
I just wanted like there to be a pool of liquid methane in there, and the gases are coming off, and then the plume interacts with it, lights the gases off, and then it triggers a full ignition of all the methane below there. Because I just want to see something hilarious happen. That's all.
I mean, liquid methane burns fairly tame.
It's not as explosive as hydrogen.
It's not explosive. It's hard to get methane to explode. It's hard to get hydrogen. It's even harder to get hydrogen to explode.
More burns than anything else.
I mean, getting hydrogen to mix in the atmosphere is very, 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 very challenging. It's those little protons are on a express trip to the top of the atmosphere.
Yeah. I was going to say, is it because of the size of the atoms, or is it not the atoms, the molecule, or is it because it's so much lighter than air?
You essentially have two protons. They're as light as you can get.
Yeah, the lightest. All right, very good. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, it's interesting what's going to happen in there. See what happens on a first static fire there, which we have to wait for a minute, don't we, for 40 to come along and do that little experiment for you.
It's probably going to be a little bit before 40 does it. Maybe middle of June.
Yep.
Be my guess.
Your educated guess is probably as accurate as anybody's. So yeah, I'd agree with you anyway. Thank you.
I know nothing.
Oh, you've got like records and records of many ships doing many things and boosters over the last few years now or so. Yeah. And unlike me, people like you and Jake actually retain stuff in your memory. My memory's like a sponge. It goes in one ear and out the other some days.
I have a memory like a goldfish. What do you mean?
Wait, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I don't even know what we're doing here. I'm just here talking. Yeah.
Wait, are we doing the show now?
What?
Yeah, question for Ryan. Do they actually use the methane flare stack at the contained flare stack at Massey's?
They do. Yeah, absolutely.
All the time.
Yeah, they use it all the time. You don't see it if the lighting is just right and you're looking at it and you have the right angle, you might be able to see the kind of shimmer from the actual burning. But other than that, it runs a lot. Yeah.
And that'd just be in the bit of waste methane and just maintaining the actual tanked methane here, wouldn't it be, Alex?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a funny side effect when they went to these enclosed flame flares, is trying to evaluate how much natural gas was being flared in oil fields became more challenging since, well, you kind of have to be looking directly down those infrared. You'd still get the infrared glow, but a lot of the verifications for some of the sensors weren't using. So it was masking.
Yep.
The let's do something because it's safer and not think the problem all the way through.
I still want a flare stack at the launch site.
I'm shocked there isn't one, to be honest.
Because it's actually better to burn methane, I guess, slowly, isn't it, than not burn it. But I mean, the amount of methane they're burning, like in this flare stack, for instance, or even in the oil fields. I mean, we burn a lot of fuels in cars and planes and trains and trucks, and I mean, seriously.
Methane has a fairly short atmospheric half-life, so
Like take the methane drain off the pad, off the service structure, and pipe it into a flare stack off to the side. And then once they build pad 1, just do the same thing. Just pipe that right over that flare stack, or put it in, make it a second flare stack or something. That's what I think they should do. That'd be really cool.
Well, you have to start figuring out how large of a flare stack, how long your burn is, how much just keep maintaining its pilot going. It might work out that just venting it is actually less polluting.
Put a Raptor igniter on it.
Well, the thing is, you're keeping the Raptor igniter constantly burning, waiting for these slugs to come over. So,
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I'm sort of like verging halfway between the launch site and Massey's.
I wonder if a flare stack would be more useful when they start launching a lot more, so that they are bleeding off more methane and more methane, and they're draining more and more. So it's not that uneconomical or annoying to just keep the pilot running the whole time. For this kind of case where they're not launching very often, maybe it's not as useful.
Or just put a slug catcher in a surge tank, and when you're blowing down the lines on closeout, you just catch it in a tank and then either send it through the reclamation or flare it.
C4. Thermite.
That works.
Thermite. There you go. In the surge tank. Thermite in the surge tank.
Perfect.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Butters.
That's the loaded question, Ryan.
It's a question I have asked too many times when I start at work. A few times it has come back to bite me. More times than not, it did not come back to bite me. But every time I walked into work, more times than not, I go, what could possibly go wrong tonight?
Never asked.
So do you wear chainmail now or not?
No, there are times where you just walk up on a plane and you go, well, that's broken. Great.
Oh, that work. I thought you meant NSF work, sorry.
hey, you guy, go fix this. That's what I would do more times than that, though.
His day job.
I still can't wait for the 300-foot flare stack they're building at the LNG plant myself, but
The one here or the one over at Brownsville?
Brownsville.
Ah, cool. 300. What is that a thing?
I thought there was a FAA one of their tower warnings or whatever it is for something like a 300-foot flare stack, something
That sounds
obnoxious.
glorious.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So to do that, just to top that off, they should run the methane bleed line up one of these towers and have a flare stack on top.
Yes.
I mean, I'm thinking we could do something with that. The Lux bleed, Lux boilers reboilers they have, and
turn that into a flare stack, just 6 flare stacks over the backside there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that would look amazing. Turn those into flare stacks. Let's do it.
Just next to the oxygen too. That'd be good as well as the methane.
Nothing will go wrong.
I mean, there's already methane, and yeah.
What could possibly go wrong, Stephanie? Let's do it.
If they ignite sequentially, you get yourself a nice light show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tower flare stack. I think that's my favorite thing I've heard for a while now. Tower flare stack.
And it can't be like a little small dinky one. It's got to be like multiple burners at all corners, and then like one in the middle, and the entire roof becomes a massive flare.
What is this? Is launch tower or a birthday cake?
Yeah.
Good one, Jake.
Hey, once Elon hears that they're doing some stuff with anything involving a flame, he's gonna make sure that thing looks awesome. He loves him some flamethrowers.
It reminds me of the in Melbourne near the casino they have those big. Every now and again you see a great big ball of fire jump up. It's not constant. Just every now and again they have this massive big ball of fire. I'm thinking something like that, Ryan. Like just not constant, but always woof and then continuing.
I don't know if we can have a ball of fire like the Eye of Sauron on top of the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Let's do it.
Then we know when lunch operations are happening.
Oh, there's another donation, Indy.
We know which pad they're going to use. They just do iris. They point the iris Sauron at the right pad.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Who's
We want to
getting the
thank
ring?
Martin. Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, never mind. Go
There you
ahead.
go.
We want to thank Martin for his 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Martin.
Welcome to
And
RGV
another-
membership to those people.
And another member for 33 months.
Yep.
Zero
Zero
Fox.
Fox 9900 celebrates 33 months of membership, and he says, "Love you guys. Thanks for all the insights over the years."
Been a year or two. Okie dokie. So yeah, that's Massey's. So let's jump over to Sanchez real quick. Now one of these is Sanchez, one's build site. That's a build site. So I must need that one. So yeah, so we got some more parts arrived this week. We got another ship transport stand finished up pretty well. They've moved booster 17. They're doing some work on here. I'm not sure what they're doing at the ground station here. They're doing a bit of work near it. Bit of electrical work on the side. Bit of electrical work going on here. I think we're going to see more of these packs. It's going to fill that whole space, I'd imagine, all the way through here, I think. I think it's going to be a massive big bank. Seem to be keen on making big banks. Nothing like, what was it, Matt? It's Gigapack, Teresa, you're saying where that other big bank is? We lost Matt. Oh no, he's just gone quiet on me. Or have I gone quiet? What's going on?
I'm here.
Everybody be
still
quiet.
here.
So, I was going to say, everybody be quiet. So Stephanie thinks her mic's not working.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot. Now, I saw a good, while we're here, actually, I saw a really good drawing from Kiwi. Oh, that's not what I'm after. Shh. Now, did I repost it? Let me see. I think yeah, here we go. So, we're seeing these slides here now. There's here, sorry, and then there's another couple down in here. So Kiwi's done this drawing for us to give us a bit of a guess of what's going on. So Kiwi's amazing at getting these drawings up quite quick, just to give us a bit of a, an idea what's going on. And sometimes what really happens differs a little bit, but generally it's pretty spot on. So as we can see now, it looks like it's going to be, because we can actually see in this plate, we can actually see bolt holes that match the clamps for the boosters. So I think he's got it pretty spot on. Oh, there's a nice up close. So yeah, some kind of aft attachment for the booster. I mean, it says booster aft as well, which is a big giveaway. So yeah, booster horizontal.
And I think I think that they probably will use that actual cradle as part of the whole breakover. I think when they'll probably have it sitting as we see it in Sanchez at the moment, sitting in that orientation, lower the booster into it, and then tip it over with the booster. There's still eyelets on the underside of it. I don't know if anyone's actually figured out yet what connects to those eyelets, or clevises, I should say.
Either they're pins for hinges, or when the
I'm wondering if they add that frame while it's vertical. And
yeah, so I think they lower the booster into when it's in that orientation, and yeah, I think Alex, that those clevises underneath probably are to do with tipping that whole cradle.
In this frame, maybe.
So do you think they would lower it into the cradle, Jake, and then use the anchored cradle as a pivot point to get the booster horizontal for travel to the Cape?
Yeah, I think when they start off, that cradle sits as we see it there, and then when it's then tips over to be used as a transport cradle. Then
You think they'd set up a permanent station for that, Jake?
In Gigabay, they'd lift it with the loads, the booster load spreader in the Gigabay. They'd lift it and lower it onto this, and then inside the Gigabay.
I was just trying to figure out if that tips over whilst it's already connected to the trailers or SPMTs or not, or if it's a standalone thing.
Here's my thought, Jake. You clamp that to the trailer with on the SPMT, lower it on, lock it on, and then drive the SPMT backwards, and the crane in the Gigabay would be responsible for lowering the nose down to its mate at the forward end.
With a yoke on top of it, just like that. Isn't that how they raise the Artemis pieces or the SLS pieces?
You're quite correct, Phil. That's how they do it, just in reverse.
I'd like to make note that I've been saying this for months now.
Hey, this guy,
just in case I'm right. Just in case I'm right.
You're right.
All I know is you guys were laughing at me for like 6 months when I said this was a breakover.
Alex, we were just laughing at you, not what you said, just you. That's all.
Okay. Well, that makes it all okay. Fine, that's better.
Oof.
Slide your way out of here, Todd.
It does seem like it is a dual purpose thing. The actual to assist with breaking over the vehicle and then using it as a transport cradle, and when it goes on the barge.
This could even be the pivot for that U-shaped frame we're seeing. I think it's marked as a similar thing. So I think this has a lot to do with it too.
Still can't fully wrap my head around this thing that we're looking at right now. I don't know how does it connect to a booster and how does it pivot?
It doesn't. That horseshoe sits on top of this horizontal. They put the booster on it and then they break it over.
Jake, if you don't want your brain to hurt anymore, just wait for him to actually break a booster over, and we'll watch it happen.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like as much fun.
And then they would have to unbrake it over at the Cape end of things in the Giga Bay at the Cape.
Yeah, that photo there shows it quite well. There's at least two sets of clevises on this. There's one basically right underneath those slides on the underside of the arm there. You can't see it from this angle. And then there's the two, down there then.
Yep. And they look like they're in line for a pivot.
Yeah.
Did we get confirmation?
I'm just trying to figure out what connects to the other two sets of clevises. Would it be like some sort of actuators or rigging that attaches to those? That's the bit I'm still not fully sure about.
Okay, I've got a little tiny theory here for you, Jake. Maybe like this frame here, to sit that, to sit the horseshoe up here, what's it called, that up thing anyway?
I don't think
it needs
it goes
another.
on there.
It needs a pivot point here, but it needs another set of clevises back here to keep it horizontal till they actually do the breakover.
There's 4 pivot points on that frame, but 2 are offset.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's going to be any horseshoes sitting on top of this thing. I think they connect to the bits that sit in the go to the left to where the and then look at the smaller one. Zoom right in on the ends of that top piece. See, I think those are where the clevises, the one set of clevises will attach to. I think this is the same on the other. Probably going to be the same on that as well eventually.
Oh, so both these. There's.
Yeah, I think the cradle sits on top of those.
That clevis sits on this one, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure those cradles sit on these structures.
Yeah, and then the other one, the rear one, sits on this one.
Yeah, that's what the render I drew 6 months ago.
Yeah, but still,
come on, Steph.
So could they? But can they actually pivot the breakover? Can they actually do the breakover sitting on this, or do they do the breakover then put these underneath?
That's what I was trying to get at earlier. Did they do it whilst they're already attached to these, or do they do it separately before being attached to these? That's the bit.
That's the saddle for the forward section's got no way to clamp it, so I guess that would just rest in there. Whereas the frame for the back actually clamps into the aft.
Yeah, they got these here though. They might attach to these attached to here.
Yeah, but that's just a saddle. The tank will just sit in it. Doesn't actually clamp around anything.
Ah,
so that would sit on the turntable first, vertically, and then the booster would probably lower into it.
So Craneman suggesting the cradle could be hung inside the frame next to the booster so it can tilt.
Because I think the horseshoe frame goes on while it's vertical. And then you slide in the clamps.
I do think that frame's sitting right next to the booster. I think it is still missing parts.
So
more to be added.
The booster goes in this while the booster's vertical. Do you think the pivot actually happens also on this as well? When I tip it over, it's still sitting on this to tip it over as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is a pin, so it can pivot. I mean, it's not a fixed linkage.
Yeah. So it's sort of either that or this. Yeah, or something completely different to both what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, breakover, schmakeover. You've been saying breakovers, but everything comes up late. It's been a bit of a funny running joke, hasn't it? We've been saying it's a breakover. Very good. Can't wait to see it. So if that's the case, surely this goes on the barge. This bit goes on the barge. I mean,
the top piece. I don't think the turntables probably don't.
Just the top piece. So they may they can unpin this. Wouldn't they just?
Unless those frames at the overflow. I mean, at the frames at that other lot by the modular trailers.
Yeah.
Integrate somehow as well to these.
Let me bring that photo. That's just here somewhere. Just here somewhere. Yeah, these suckers. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll come back to that in a sec because I think a med dude found something about that. Very good, very good. Love your work, Kiwi. Repost your work. That's very good.
Thank you.
Michael had a question. He's wondering, will it be much like the transfer tube? When you were talking about the breakover?
Well, yeah, that's a general idea. There's a hinge point on one end and a crane attachment on the other end. Yeah, they lift one end and pivot it on the. They do it with a lot of different, like someone just said Artemis, they do that when they lift up the Artemis sections. A breakover thing, also the opposite of breakover is what? An unbreakover, whatever, to lift them back up vertical. Yeah, that's not a new thing. It's just they need a new design of one to actually fit a Starship Super Heavy booster, that's all. A lot of rocket. A lot of things get broken over, not just rockets. There's lots of tall things that get broken over. Sometimes I use two cranes, as a bottom pivot. Sometimes I use some kind of bracket and pivot point. But this one's going to be, like what you said, the downcomer tube. Yeah, they have a system down the bottom that holds onto it and can pivot as they lift it up vertically. Very much. Good observation. All right, so that was the transport stamp of the ship. Went to the boost. Went to the launch site. I'm guessing for software integration. I'm not sure this has its own computer on board, or whether it's just they plug in and the tower then does
Probably
the actuating.
A small computer with it to talk. Nothing major, but probably something small.
Yeah, a little pick, of some sort.
And that's probably sitting right back there again at the moment.
Probably. They rolled.
Megabay 2.
They just rolled the blue and white crane and Shadow just rolled back into the ring yard, but they kind of just parked there at the moment. So I don't know if.
Yeah, I wonder if.
I think 39 is stuck at the. They're going to just keep it in the bay until they are confident that they can actually lift it and stack it onto the booster, which. It doesn't seem like they're that busy around the sticks anymore. There's only a couple of people just kind of hanging around.
I've been keeping a pretty close eye on that pretty much this entire time. So and I was seeing some people say in NSF chat, it looks like there's some workers kind of working in this one area, kind of it level with the carriage where it's pretty cramped. So a lot of those guys are just kind of sitting around since you can only get 1 or 2 workers down there. So it looks like they might be wrapping up. Either they found the issue and they're waiting on, like, let's say parts or something like that, or just waiting on those 2 workers to finish up down there. But we could potentially be close to the fix. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna get mad at them if they end up rolling out tonight. Anyways, it's just gonna be annoying at this point.
I think, I do think, with the stand leaving the bay, they're probably going to move Ship 41's transfer tubes into the bay, making use of that bit of time there before they go to move 39 again.
And this is a bit random, but I haven't really watched any other previous carriage work they've done. But I will say this is a bit of a random fact. But if we've seen this before, they had a rope that they actually took off of one of the cranes, and they were screwing with that down around the carriage, using that rope down there. I saw them messing with that. I don't know if we've ever seen them troubleshoot using a rope.
They could have been trying to what could have happened is the skate might have gotten a little lodged weirdly, and they might have been able to use the rope to dislodge it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't need to take weight off of it. Maybe they were able to just get it like slip back into the position that they wanted to slip it back into. So I don't know. Who knows?
Correct me if I'm wrong. The other crane out there is attached to the left chopstick. It's hard for me to tell. We've got
there's nothing attached. I don't think anything's attached to anything right now.
All right.
I don't know though.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen this time, but that's something we haven't seen before, is it? Where they've replaced the skate whilst the carriage is already attached to the tower, have they?
In fact, actually, the main crane they were using for that scaffolding and stuff, as we speak, is actually driving right now. It's passing the main 2 big doors on the GSE part of the pad. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They may set it back up.
Oh, there it is there, yep. It had an extension on it. Oh, it still has it sitting on it. Okay. It's not fully packed up to go down the highway, is it? It's just moving around on site.
Yeah,
so the
they
big
have
cranes. Go.
I was gonna say they made a couple of trips, probably within the last 30, 40 minutes. Brought the scaffolding bucket up probably 3 or 4 times, and then brought it back up. It's for its last trip up there with just a rope attached, and they grabbed that, and that's the last of the activity we've seen with that crane. But that's all I was gonna say.
Cool. And the big crane, the 11,000, did they only lay it down just for the static power, did they, or was it just finished for a minute? Probably
They laid it down for the static fire, is what it seems like.
Yeah, and I like to put the face to launch with the back of them, keep the cabin protected, I guess. Cool. So this crane's still sitting up here. Yeah, so wonder what they're going to be doing. Well, where did it go? Oh, it's just here now, is it?
No, that crane, the other one vanished. It turned around, question mark?
Oh, there it goes. It's gone off site. It's gone up view, yeah.
It might
that's
be
a
going in for a closer look. Looks like it's positioning itself between the tower and the deck now.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
From the top right cam on SBL, it almost looks like it's pretty much straight in line with the trench exit on the roadside.
I'm trying to get a camera zoomed in to see if one of those cranes is actually attached to the sticks or not on the left side stick.
I'd appreciate that. Yeah.
Trying to see if we can see here.
We do have a closure update, and all right, let's see. Yeah, tomorrow at 10 a.m. there's a production of pad closure or road delay. Sorry.
That just got posted.
Yep, it just got posted. I saw it come through on Labs Discord. I'm checking for myself right now. Yep, production of pad tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
There you go.
Oh boy, you know when that's going to be full stack, don't you, Ryan?
Oh, it's going to be full stack to... Oh, yeah. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Ryan, is that Team No Sleep?
No, I'll be able to sleep tonight. There's nothing going on tonight. No,
What's sleep?
That's fine. No, I'll be able to sleep tonight. It's just that we have Flame Trench tomorrow, and that rollout, and then a stack would be right around there. So,
all right. Well, I will keep you guys posted and let you know if I see any more developments on the chopstick.
But they roll out if it stays, which I'm not counting anything at this point.
Okay, cool. The I think these are the columns we saw getting built, worked on in Sanchez there under the tents. Oh, and hang on, no, that's through the supplier as well. So there's more of them. Hang on. Sorry, I think I just misspoke. Hang on. Let me just go back here for a sec. I just told a lie, I think. I'm good at doing that. Oh, no, these are still... I feel these are more of them getting worked on. So this is, I think, is an example of those particular columns. And I believe this is the main bridge crane rails going to be bolted onto these for the bridge crane that spans the aisles. And then over here, there's these ones over here that'll have bridge rails going this way for the little bridge cranes that span the stacking stations. I think so. This is level 6. So this is, then on top of this is the roof. So this is like the bridge crane, and above this there's some roof and stuff. I'm not sure about penthouse still on this Gigabay. I'm not sure about that yet, to be honest. I don't know other way myself. People may do, but I don't know myself just yet. And down here, I didn't realise through the we didn't catch this on the show and tell. There's another one of those frames down here. There's a better image here somewhere of it. We'll just try and find it. One of these frames where they're building, you can just see it here, where they're adjusting the framework of the foundations on this side of the factory. I think it's one of these. Yeah, that one, there it is. So these are like a temporary lintel they put in here and support the roof while they take out some columns or whatever and readjust the foundations and how the framework for these bits of the factory. I guess these are going to be some of the openings, of course, where the barrels come through into these stacking stations in here. So there'll be a bridge rail across here and across here for a little bridge crane in here, just for the stacking operations. And much higher above all that, way going over the top of all that, they've got the main bridge rails running this way for the main bridge rail that spans right across the whole workstations. So I can literally pick up a booster from here, say bring it out here, around here and back in here. Not that I'll probably do that, but that's just to give you an idea of the capability of them.
Do you see independent cranes at each stacking station, Stephanie?
Yes, there is. We can see evidence of that. There's bridge rails here for this one, and then there's bridge rails here for the other side of it. Then in this station here, there's another set of bridge rails here, and the other side of it over here. And then this station again over here, there's another set of bridge rails, and it's their mates. And this station here, another set of bridge rails, etc., etc. It's not etc., it's etc. Get it right. All right, cool. That'd be that. So we should get around to the outside sites at some stage. The cladding's almost around the corner here on the next level. They're going really well with the cladding. They're keeping up with the build crew quite well. I'd say way more than 3/4 of the steelwork's probably done now. Getting ready to do something about the roof.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. They still have all the roof trusses to do once they actually get up to the top, too. So it's. But
yeah, and then like to say the last 20% takes the 80% of the time, all the fiddly stuff. So it's as much as quickly we see the steelwork get finished, it's still not going to be usable for still quite some time.
Well, we are starting to see a lot less steel at the off-site lots too now, so we're getting closer.
Yes. This photo here's for the cladding. I've just finished last night putting all the media together for our weekly episode. When you do the weekly episode, you learn the photos fairly intimately because you've got to find the right image and all that sort of stuff.
Now, I'm curious. I do have a question. So, what are those? Do we have numbers for the height of the Gigabay, correct? And then, do we have an idea of how much of that is going to be like usable space? Because I know we'll probably have the penthouse up top, and how that compares to like the current Megabays.
It's somewhat taller than the current Megabays. We
115
know.
meters.
Yeah. We know here, this is where the bridge crane is. So this is the highest, this is the working height here. This is the bridge crane that spans the aisle. So this is actual working height, minus the block and all that. So working height's probably down here somewhere. So we're up to that height. And then, yeah, what goes on top of this, whether it's a penthouse or just a, like even just the roof is a fair height as well anyway, with the trusses and that for the roof. So do you have the numbers, Ryan, for the height? It's like
115 meters is the full height. The penthouse level, right, which is right above the roof trusses. Stand by. It's been a minute since I've looked.
So there'll be a concrete ceiling, won't there? Then the penthouse on top. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it'll be concrete, but it probably could be. That is. Oh, I'm trying to think here. Stand by. Do some math real quick.
Oh no, bit early in the day, a bit late in the day for that, isn't it?
I am
Well,
a bit tired.
For me, it's 11 o'clock in the morning.
I think it's like 68 feet. Is the penthouse? Maybe less.
So when I said ceiling, the floor of the penthouse, I'm calling the ceiling of the gigabyte of the megabay.
Oh wait, no, my bad. Actually, scratch that. I said I was doing math and then I did it wrong.
The other maths, yeah. No, use the other maths, yeah.
It's probably around 30 feet as your penthouse. So you get to the so that level is your bridge crane, and then above that bridge crane is a new column. That column's got two levels. There's a middle level, which is basically where all the roof trusses connect to, and then above that is your penthouse that goes up to the roof, like the actual the roofing up top.
This roof, yeah.
But the actual bracing is right above. The bracing roof trusses are right above the bridge cranes, basically.
Right.
That's kind of leads to a point I wanted to bring out. If you look at the side of the building before they cover it, and you can't really see it in this oblique angle, but if you look at the building flat on, you can see where the wind bracing is, and there are floors in here that have no diagonal X bracing on them horizontally, and the roof trusses, if they're going to be true trusses that span all the way across, which I believe that's what I saw going up at Kennedy, the one lift I saw. Those spaces will have a cross bracing in them, so that'll be dead space because they'll be spaced fairly close together. And so there will not, I don't think there'll be a penthouse up here like there is on the other buildings.
I mean, we'll see what they end up having up there. There's definitely going to be room for area, and then they're also putting in some windows. Like of the east side facing, and you're not going to do it at Starbase because you have the office building for that. But like over at the Cape, the east side facing part of the Gigabay, it is a perfect spot to put in a new launch control center because it literally you have sight of every single launch pad and all of the Cape, every single one from that view.
If you look at this picture, you can see where they have the fabric mesh at the east face to the building. That whole level there has no cross bracing on it, and the level beneath that.
On this way, going this way.
No, left to right.
Yeah.
Left to right. There's levels in there that don't have cross bracing.
I can see some here, I think, too. In here, is that what I'm saying here? No cross bracing in here?
Yeah, in places like that, yeah.
Yeah. And here it is cross bracing. There's none here, yeah.
I'm no construction expert, but I mean, do you think it might just be waiting on steel, or just going to add it at a later date for convenience? Or...
They really only need X amount of thrust walls to carry the movement from the wind and the movement from the cranes and things like that, so they don't need cross bracing everywhere.
Yeah, like that cross bracing triangle would also brace this square, wouldn't it?
Correct.
Correct.
All the towers that separate the work bays on the outside have vertical cross bracing all the way up them on the outside, like there, and then to the right.
Yep.
The diagonal
and all the
base-
external stuff is
diagonal
cross-braced.
yeah, those diagonal pieces between the tower sections.
Thanks for resident architecture there, for a bit of technicality. Technologica. Okay, so build site, schmild site. Have a quick look at the front. Oh, we just got to look at this at the end of our show the other week. So this is sort of where our show ended, sort of looking at this, didn't it? Quickly, just have a quick look in here for a second. A bit of a stair. I don't know if it's a staircase or it's the top of this, to be honest. I'm not still convinced that's literally a staircase yet. It could just be like the same sort of line as this. But there is something here for some kind of floor in here. I guess some kind of steel trusses to go in here, I guess. It's sort of big, medium, small. That's kind of weird. Unless it's like angled, so it needs to be bigger, or this one maybe go right across. I'm not sure what's going on with the different size embeds there. There's like the main ones, and there's like these little ones as well. And it's not very sort of symmetrical from that end to that end, I guess. Oh, not really. Don't know.
The small squares are evenly spaced, and the large one and the two mediums are differently spaced.
And I apologize. I've been asking a few questions. I haven't seen Xpanded in a couple of weeks. Do we have any like major like news or things that are giving us an idea of what the purpose of this is going to be, other than just the name on the filing?
Yeah, no, only guesses really. I mean, there's some shapes. Yeah, really only guesses. Yeah, there's a chance there might be a booster sitting here or here and here. No, we're still only very much guessing. We can sort of think there's a platform going here and maybe a staircase to it. But once again, no, it's pretty well just a guess for now.
It almost looks like where that orange, I'll call it human lift, is. They could fill that in with dirt and you get a nice dirt ramp or a walkway up to whatever's going to go between the two ramps. You can approach from both sides, from one there and one at the bottom. That looks like it's designed to contain dirt to form a nice, I'll use the term, a grassy ramp up to whatever's going to go on display.
Or even concrete ramp.
Yeah.
But people are saying a stair, but I guess because it's sort of very straight, it could be staircase. I didn't notice one in here, but I think there's a faint line on this side as well. I imagine it's symmetrical, but not necessarily. There's embeds all over the place still sticking out, so it looks like there is something like concrete to go this way, and there's something here as well, so maybe some kind of room or some kind of elevator or something in here. They probably need to have a disabled elevator. If there's a platform up here, they probably need access, perhaps. Who knows? Like I said, we're only guessing for now. Starship Park. There's a bit of stuff going on down here. There's a bit of infrastructure went in here. There's some conduits and what have you went in over here. There's something going on over here. We didn't look at the apartment block either. Not that there's much to see, really. It's sort of just getting once again, it's that last 20% that takes up sort of a lot of time. Oh, okay. They're not freestanding glass panels. Oh, that's odd.
They could still be putting the glass in there.
Yeah, but I thought they might use freestanding stuff, but that doesn't matter. That's fine.
We think it's going to be shattered during launch.
Glass panel balconies?
Yeah, and then they're starting to finish off all the stairs on the right that go down the side of the building. All those little cutouts are all stairs, and you can see, like, I think like about half of them are finished, and then some of them are still set up all the way down on the ground where the supposed parking spaces are. Those little notch outs are stairs. If you keep going up.
What?
Keep going.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're formed out. Yeah. If you keep going up, there's some that are finished.
That's what those were. So there's a change of grade here. Yep. Cool. So no parking up here. Maybe parking in here too, like two that way parking. Yep, nice. I'm thinking stairs. Where are you talking about stairs? Surely they're on the inside of the building. Yeah, they get kind of a bit complicated when you're pouring concrete too. Sometimes if you get them too high, you got to be careful you don't. And sometimes down here, this bottom set of formwork, they can end up taking quite a lot of pressure when you start getting high in stairs. Very good. So yeah, doing a bit of work on the front. All the glasses in, looks like on the front there. The fit outs, that'll be taking a while. I don't know whether we've seen. I guess we'll see like truckloads of bedding and stuff, and like wardrobe stuff, and baths and shower, all sort of stuff still got to go in all these apartments and motel rooms. What are all these on top sticking out? Maybe exhaust vents for showers?
Oil vents?
Yeah, maybe
sorry?
vents. I don't know what
Yeah.
that is.
Like exhaust vents for the showers, for instance.
Likely.
Yeah, gas vents for the toilets. You got air on top of the water, right?
Yeah. You can see they've been finishing up some ventilation on all the different air conditioning units on top as well.
We call it a stink pipe. Goes up the side of the building just after the P-trap. There's always a stink pipe, goes up the side of the building and goes up to the height of the roof so you don't get the stink. We just call it a stink pipe.
They do.
What? Sorry, Phil.
I said they do stink.
Yeah, they do, that's for sure. In here, mate, you're saying, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that, and then all of the different ones, they've all started to get some. If you passed one just a second ago, still got some of the wrap on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then up in the opposite corner, I know that one was being worked on, I believe, the week before.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot less stuff over in that holding lot back behind the apartment building.
Oh, they're plumbing in this bank here as well. Over the back? Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, what a mess, yep. It's like the opposite. Peace and harmony and tranquility, and then, rah!
Absolute chaos.
Funny. I wonder, yeah, I thought we were saying, I wonder if this gives like a pacifying hum to the environment, like,
White noise.
That's rather pretty, I must say. I like the little installation of trees. Yeah, I'm sticking by it, don't you worry. Okay, very nice, very nice.
You can see the new railing just in the back corner there too.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. So you're saying railing, not glass panels.
Well, no, that's a railing, but I think that there's still going to be little glass panels that go in all those little squares.
Or horizontal wire.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be one or the other, I'm sure. Because they definitely won't leave that open like that.
Oh, goodness, no. These look like glass panels, but I mean, there's probably glass panels. I think Alex might have suggested that maybe those panels that you can, glass panels that like you can fold up against the wall, but to open the area up. And they have come back. Each one of these is longer and longer as they come back to this diagonal going up here, which they seem to have painted this week. It's kind of cool. It kind of looks like the building sticking out of this panel. And some of the renders, it looks even more exaggerated than actually in real life.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 coatings that they put on before they finally finish the exterior. You can kind of see it up in that top left corner, actually. Top left.
Yeah.
Yep. You can kind of see the progression literally from left to right.
Yep. I wonder if it wasn't quite in the drawing, this little corner here, they kind of just we'll just build towards it, and as we get there, we'll just like work it out as we go. A bit like when you're tiling with swim pools, you kind of work towards everything straight and sort of normal till you get to a little corner like that, and you just sort of leave it for a minute, and then you come back later on and sort of just cut everything in to make it look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's not like that. Okay, it looks like they've been parking everything, so that part of it's working. All right.
Yeah, they just about opened both entrances. Also, they've taken down all the scaffolding around the second entrance, and now there's just a small little set of cones out front of it. So, looks like it should be open soon.
Well, the car park for sure, but I don't think the complex is going to be open for some time still.
No. I'm talking about the parking lot entrances. There's 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm already seeing Uppers cars in some of the aerial photos for the last couple of weeks already in here.
Oh yeah,
Not construction cars.
Yeah, no, we just had the one entrance that was open for the longest time, and if you remember, there was scaffolding over that second one. So they've gotten rid of the scaffolding. They had a couple of things going on over there, and now that's been cleared, so they're really close to having that open now. It looks like there's just a little bit more landscaping to do up in that very top corner, and that's possibly why it's still closed off.
Okay, yep.
Just security, just so nobody gets run over.
Oh, that doorway's still scaffolded off. Oh, because it's still working up here.
Pretty cool to catch those birds in flight. I just noticed that. Right next to your hand, yeah.
Burbs.
Looks like
they're
pelicans.
Fake. They're drones. I thought maybe bollards, but no, they're just, like you said, traffic cones. They look like pelicans.
They look kind of like it.
Oh, yeah, now I can see it. There's the head. Yep. Yes. So we have pelicans in Australia too. In fact, there's a famous movie with a pelican in it, an Australian movie called... I can't think of the name of it now. Someone in chat will know it.
Those are some SpaceX security drones, is right what y'all zoomed in on.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
SpaceX local security.
There's been a few RC models made to look like that, actually. They're pretty clever.
Oh, nice shot of the Pelicans in formation flight there.
I feel bad. It's a bit of a shameless plug, but I got this one awesome photo right before Flight 9 of the full stack at sunset, and there's a bird that got right in it. It was awesome.
Good to hear, Prague.
Okay, so we've covered the birds. That's an important part of Starbase to cover. Very good. I told you we go down rabbit holes.
Another thing I think that didn't get pointed out was there was a flap in behind Star Factory delivered.
Oh, no. Didn't see that, no. Where are we? Not there. I'll go around the corner in a sec. Actually, just quickly while we're here, because it's really hard to find photos again.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much. Oh, this is sort of news shooting. Some more Starship eggs arrived sort of thing, maybe. Bits and pieces to start to turn into starships or factory parts. Oh, there's that thing we see a lot. I know me things, so. But it's really cold here in Australia today. It's cold and raining and wintry. It's probably raining on the slopes above me. It's not like in America. We don't have permanent snow or anything. It's only in the very colder winters. Some of the very, very high peaks get a little bit of snow. Down in here, let's see. Back here. Oh. No.
Well, hopefully you get a better ski season than you did last winter, mate.
Nope, it was further down the other way.
That's cool. I noticed some of their tanks out there have the SpaceX logo on them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they've sort of changed things around again back here. We might need this last shot. Are you sure?
I'll find the. It's not back there. It's way further down.
Oh, is it further the other way?
Yeah, yeah. It's just a little bit out of frame. Yo, now you're just catching the corner of it right there. Yep.
Yep. Oh, here we go. This one. There we go. So that's the new spot for flaps. Very good.
Gotcha.
Yes. I think we saw that even on the trailer somewhere on Journey here in one of the X channels, maybe. Very good. Can't fly them without their tail feathers. Now over this area, was there anything developing there? Was that a new bit of concrete in between those buildings over there, Matt?
Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of poles, some concrete, and then what looks like possibly like a water line sticking up right near where that guy is that you can see in the middle of the concrete patch.
There's probably a better photo. Hang on.
There is.
I did see one earlier, just that end. That one. I'm not sure if that's the one.
That's a decent one, but yeah. There's one from a better angle.
I spent a couple of hours last night going through re-downloaded all the files to make sure I fill in all the gaps, because I was missing heaps of photos last show and tell. Because sometimes it's a bit tricky to... this one?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So this is obviously going to get concreted as well. Oh.
Yeah.
So they don't look like the normal light poles, those ones, but anyway.
No, and that's what I was looking at. They almost look like the poles that would hold up those fabric covers. You know, like usually the oh gosh,
sunshade.
Yeah, thank you, sunshades. So it almost kind of looks like that.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the cables like big triangles, big sails.
Right. So maybe
shade sails.
And then you can see some pipes kind of coming up there right in the middle. Yeah, right there. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe a new brake area or something. I'm not sure.
This is one of your little favorite little peculiar spots, which is cool.
I pay attention to some of the outlying spots that others don't pay too much attention to. Hey, there's something hiding back there that we were wondering where it went off to.
Ah, what? The squid.
Yeah. Jake will be happy to see that.
It reminds me of one of those wire things that are for like head massages that are really small and you put them on your head. But
yeah, right. Yeah, that was sitting out front of the Fleet building before they tore it down. So we thought maybe it had gone inside somewhere, but hey, there it is.
A quick question in chat asking about they trained hawks. They did for a while. They were down in this area, weren't they? Down here, they had some tents set up. Yeah, they were there for a bit, and they went. So obviously they tried something, or don't know what they were doing with them, but they were there for a little while. Then now they're not. So don't really know the full story behind that, but yeah, they were there at some stage. Right, speaking about outlying areas, the whole point of this show that, and that's why Matt came up with this show, because of the outlying areas that Matt has a good interest in, and that's why this whole show is basically started to start with, and it kind of ventured into more sort of rabbit hole stuff as well. So it's been a little bit evolving. So we'll run through some of the outside sites now to sort of cap off the show. So this new site here now, I'm sure I saw something in Patreon about this, didn't I? Well, I see there was no information about it.
Yeah, it's called the Huddleston site. They're going to be putting in more tiny homes. Event Dudes figured it out. He found the listings and everything for it. Give me 1 second. I'll actually forward it to you.
I don't know about the tiny homes, but yeah, it's the Huddleston site. I was mentioning the Huddleston site is a actual whole subdivision right next to it, which is weird. They had just done that, and then they didn't make this, the Huddleston site, part of that subdivision, so it was kind of weird.
Are they making separate communities there, event dudes, by spreading these out rather than combining them?
No, for whatever reason, they've decided to go happy with re-subdividing or making new subdivisions. They did the same thing with Rio West, and you can see it on the map where they've now had the big lots and they've made them into smaller lots, and they've done that around the village. They did the same thing with Starship Park. So they've been happy with redoing subdivisions, and this is a subdivision they redid, so it was kind of weird.
So yeah, Steph, that's where the school was, right to the right of where that pointer is. So that's where the school is now, and then basically where the pointer is kind of the in between the contractor housing.
Oh, it's just over here somewhere.
And it says tiny homes right there, so that's where I got the tiny homes from.
Yeah,
it's right where the pointer is. That's where the tiny home thing is. The school's next to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have any idea, event dudes, why I'm just curious personally, why they decided to relocate what was an adequate school, or they need a bigger school now because of the population increase?
Correct. Bigger population. Obviously, they're trying to induce a lot of people to come here, which are being hesitant on the fact that it's a remote site. It's basically in the middle of nowhere. It's on the tip of Texas, everything else. So you got to build all of the infrastructure up. That's why they have a sushi, whatever restaurant inside of their village and everything else. So same idea. And we do know this is a phase thing. So this is phase 1, and we're expecting a phase 2 for either high school or whatever independent building.
Yeah, I saw the telescope dome area for the budding amateur astronomers, and it looked like a rooftop restaurant right next to it when we discovered where the octopus was hidden.
Yeah, that rooftop one's been there for some time. Okay, Rio West, Matt, what's going on over here?
Well, we've got some more construction going on the left, just above Chompy's there. They're still going wild on that site. I would imagine it's probably going to be 2 houses there.
Is that new concrete, or was it there before? Yeah.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah.
A shelf, or is it just an L, or?
Retaining wall?
Yeah, I think it's just the retaining wall, just basically kind of like the whole other side is too.
Other side over here. You mean other side?
Yeah. Sorry, where the other houses are, you've got that nice retaining wall.
Yeah, and so they, instead of building, oh no, these are on the ground, aren't they? So they built this up. Oh no, they're not on the ground. Sorry. So instead of building the ground up, they put them on stilts. But and in here is it built up in here? They don't need the stilts under here, I guess, is it? I can't remember the lie of the land now. There was a big built up. That was built up, wasn't it? That area.
Yeah, they did elevate that whole piece in the middle, Steph.
So these don't have the height. Oh, these don't. These ones. Oh, are they on stilts too? I think they are. Yeah. Cool. Okay, what else in here? Are they doing anything on the other half of it?
Yeah, they're starting to put some more transformers in for more mega packs down there at the bottom. So they've put another stand in there. And I'd almost bet that they're going to double them up in each of those spots too. So have 2 opposite on the other sides as well. Because they have the space for it, and they do that at a lot of other sites. So I'd almost bet that that's probably what's going to happen. But we'll see.
Very good.
Otherwise, not a lot. It's, again, that last 20% kind of thing.
Yeah,
just
so
finishing up the landscaping in that center area. You can see it all staged up in that lot right above it. Yeah. So, I mean, for the most part, almost everything's done. They just got that little bit left to go.
And finish this pool up and maybe still fitting out this building a bit.
Yeah, you can see they've got landscaping there that's all staged in that parking lot as well, still out in front of the rec building. So they're still finishing that up as well. But you can also see that a lot of the contractor containers and everything have moved now. So they're really getting right down to the last little bits.
Have you guys I figure y'all have noticed this in a previous episode, but me and my dad were looking at some photos the other day. And we noticed that there's viewing platforms on everybody's roofs.
Yep.
Yet again, I figured you guys had seen it, but I went ahead and to say it just in case y'all had missed that.
And I'd almost bet we're going to start seeing people with some gardens up there too, since they have the water access up on those roofs.
There's actually we spotted on one person's roof. They have like some lawn chairs and stuff out up there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on you can see them top right there. You got your cursor on them.
Yep.
Good
Yeah,
place
some
to
potted
put some
plant.
tanning. Get some tanning done out there.
Some
Rooftop
plants.
patios.
Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we've noticed that all of them, everyone, I don't know, these buildings, no. But yeah, these what do they call them? These apartments have got them as well. Duplexes, I'm trying to say. I don't know if they're duplexes or quadplexes, to be honest.
And you can get up on the other ones too, the dark ones up top.
Oh, that's right, I can, yeah.
Well, a white roof would really help with the heat loads, because it would reflect a lot of the heat away for the people who live in the top floors.
If you move left on this photo, that's the sushi bar, right?
No, sushi
Yeah.
bars in the village. That is
Oh,
actually
okay.
called Chompies. It's
Okay.
like a bring your own beer kind of hangout restaurant type of place.
Oh, okay. I was trying to remember. I remember seeing photos, but I couldn't remember
Yeah,
what it was there.
there's the sushi bar.
Ah,
That's the
cool.
sushi.
Yeah, it's in the back of the village.
Oh, look, they're starting to build houses on these lots they've finally got
Yep.
ownership of.
It's crazy how the construction's different, out there as opposed to like regularly. Just like with the footers being in a very different style with the different ground composition and stuff as opposed to like your average neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a bit sandy here, but yeah, not quite. This is all built up too, very much built up. I can see some of this. There's still one of the old lots that hasn't been built up. It's like a swimming pool. It's like a muzzy breeding pool. It's like a pond. They're quite deep. They've built this area up quite a lot since they've bought all this land. Oh, here you can see it here. See, there's a difference here. There's a retainer wall through here.
Oh yeah.
There's quite a difference in height between that line and that line.
I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Okay. So that lot maybe. There's still a few. These two look like they're going to get developed soon. So driving through in Melbourne the other day, I actually noticed a heap of new houses that look a lot like this now. So it's sort of like a more modern design. I don't get out much. I live in the scrub. All right, cool. So being there, I might just go through these from left to right. There's not that many. Oh, now I say that. There are a few here. Let's just do that anyway quickly to have a look around the place. Some of these pictures are really nice. So there's a steel lot. You're saying about being less amount of steel in them all. I think this is like an intermediate. So I think you're more talking like the brown lot, aren't you? Where there's steel over there.
Yeah.
The other steel lot, yeah. This is like an intermediate lot. We can see in a lot of these photos the roadwork still continuing to get the wide rating and the road doubling. I'm actually getting the. So is this the doubling or is this just the widening? Are they going to do a whole another one of them over here? This already looks like 4 lanes, doesn't it? Not now, but soon. So they'll build this one and then tear this one up, perhaps. Just keep an eye on that. So there's a lot of that road works going all the way along the whole Highway 4. bits and pieces missing, but they're still getting some paperwork. There's Anthony's Rocket Ranch out there. I'm not sure exactly which one it is here, that one or that one. I'm not exactly sure where it is exactly. I think it's that one.
I think it's actually to the left, just out of frame.
I'm further to the left, yeah. Okay. So this is USA there, and this is Mexico in here. That'd be the Rio Grande. Just for those who haven't been paying attention lately. Oh, just out of sight over there. Okay, yeah.
Yep, it is what he was saying. I just pulled it up on a map. There's kind of almost like a pinch back there in the river. You can kind of, maybe, I don't know.
You're so close, yeah, right there.
Yeah, that is right on the edge.
I'll keep looking around rather than... I'll come back to that gas unit. And of course, Anthony's got his outpost over here
And then,
for launches.
Yeah, that's Rocket Ranch. Outpost.
No, that's Rocket Ranch's outpost, yeah.
And Raptor's Roost is to the left of the frame on the corner. Yeah, the grassy area with the 2 mobile homes on the left end of the corner there.
Yeah. So one of our little ground photo trips, we jumped in his car and kept the camera running. We drove down here and drove all the way down there and drove back here, and we were able to drive through here quite well successfully and then drive out again. It's kind of a good little cruise. That was a good little live stream, that one. I really didn't expect that to go so well, but it went really well. We got a lot of good feedback from that little live stream. Well, that was like one of them 5-hour ones, I think. It wasn't little. So we're looking at these. These are part of the breakover, we think. Breakover system, perhaps. This is on that storage lot that's now very much expanded. Turntables. Sorry?
Just a bit.
Yeah. Okay, this is we don't really know what's going to this site, do we? It's something that's not SpaceX.
Right. What I'm thinking, because of the heavy duty machinery and the piping and stuff, is I'm thinking that might just be an area where they're just holding the stuff for the highway extensions and stuff like that.
Oh, including materials maybe too.
Right. That's what I'm saying, with those pipes and everything just off to the left there of your hand, the green, white, and black pipes. I'm thinking it's just a holding lot.
That's a big excavator, that one. It's come in parts. That's a monster, that one. A big boy.
Yeah, and there's a bunch staged up at the front too.
Okay, yeah.
Matt, are they finally going to run a water line out there, or is it still everybody gets their fresh water trucked in?
There's a water line. It's not to Brownsville just yet, but here at the launch site, good photo. The launch site, there's a water line comes into a box. Just is it this box here? Comes into this box, then pops up here.
Okay,
And
so then. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Then I can fill the water deluge with that pipe instead of using trucks. But it's not hooked up. As far as I know, I haven't had an update from Dave Aber. Gives me lots of good updates because he's down there every week and he pays a lot of attention to things like where they're up to with things like that water line and other things like electrical lines. And he's been a very a wealth of information as far as things like that goes. Big shout out to Dave if you're listening. And yeah, he's been noticing that, but I haven't had an update recently to tell if that water line has been finished yet. And I believe there's a second electrical line going, at least from Sanchez to the launch site as well, to run the ASU. There's a beautiful big broad shot of Highway 4 and the Port Connector Road and Brownsville and is it the border wall that ends just there. So don't try and cross there, just come over here and cross. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, I joke. I'm kidding, guys. I say some funny jokes. Aussies say jokes. Aussies pick on each other a lot, and we'll pick on you Americans a lot too, because that's just what we do. Only being it, it's a term of it's a term of endearment. It's because we love yous.
Standards must be maintained, Stephanie.
Yeah, this thing, that's a big excavator down there. Hasn't even got its tracks yet. It's in like multiple pieces.
Yeah, they're off to the
there's
left.
its tracks. Yeah. Yep. When it wasn't transported with its tracks, it's actually what I kind of meant to say there. Sorry. Yeah, it looks about right. It looks like sort of infrastructure you'd want to run, and it looks like about the quantity you'd want to run right along Highway 4. It looks like many kilometres of stuff. I like your idea there, Matt.
It's possible. I might eat some crow casserole later, but we'll see.
Again?
I'll take it. Hungry boy.
Oh, there's Massey's and Massey's Way. Give you an idea how things lay. I love these more open shots. I'm glad he gets them in every now and again. All the way to launch site and the build site. I nearly had that backwards again. I was going to say Brownsville's that way again. I do that often. That's because I'm, upside down on the globe. I'm looking at the, you know what I mean. Apparently, I've been told. Looking
That
back over
channel
the
on the
launch
right
site.
side, are they filling that in, or is it just it's been self-filling since the river oxbowed? Yeah, that
Or
looks
it
like a
wasn't.
runway.
Or it wasn't finished dug in the
That was a
original.
canal that they dug in at some point in time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was to keep freshwater, because wouldn't this be estuary? Wouldn't this be briny, this water?
Oh yeah, definitely, mate. It's tidal.
We can see an elevator. Can everyone see the elevator? I can see an elevator. I can actually see an elevator and a horizontal stabilizer, because they're two different things. There it is again. The bit that doesn't move is the horizontal stabilizer, and the bit that does move is the elevator. Elevator, mate. No, this is the steel. No, this is brown lot.
Correct.
Brown lot. So the cladding still tons of cladding to be taken to the launch site. I mean, to the build site, the Gigabay, and the frames for the cladding. We think that's what all this steel is here. Plus, I think this is for other stuff as well, Matt. I think there's more than one thing going on here.
Yeah, there's bigger pieces of steel there up at the top, and you can actually see that there's guys up there painting those white currently.
Oh, yeah. Gee, they must get sick of grey paint.
There's a picture from the other side, or if you go off to the right there. Oh yeah, you can see a guy there. I didn't notice that guy. But there's like a couple on the right that were over there, like rolling out some stuff too. So yeah.
Man, I feel bad for the people in charge of painting all the beams white and stuff inside the Megabay or Gigabay, all the nooks and crannies and stuff they have to get into with that paint. I would not be happy with that job.
I don't feel bad for their paycheck.
Hey, you know what? That's true.
I don't know about that. Minimum wage.
No, it's just so tedious.
I'm not going to go there.
I agree with you, Prague. I agree with you.
They must get sick of white paint, that's for sure. I was trying to say before. Yeah, it's a job. I don't know. There's jobs. People have jobs. It's better than sitting in a factory or sitting in an office, I guess, for some people. So depends how you look at things. Yeah, he might be highly grateful for what he's and doesn't want your empathy at all. He might be having the time of his life. Little family and a mortgage going on at home, doing the job, getting it done. I think he's doing quite well. But yeah. I like to think they must get sick of white paint, that's for sure. So Highway 4 coming into Brownsville, yeah. Some new subdivisions. Oh, is that where Mauricio drove in here that day, was it? In this subdivision, maybe? He got me lost. So. He got me lost there. Hey, it is too. He did a right-hand turn. I thought he was still coming along this highway, and it totally got me lost.
That lot across from the brown lot there. I'm seeing a lot smaller items starting to be stacked up there versus all the long pieces that we were seeing before.
Yeah, because the next couple of levels are like, BJ was saying, they're like half levels here and there.
It's right, but I mean just like small pieces in general, like that whole top left corner up there is just full of small stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
why I was saying
plates.
there's just like less stuff starting to be, less amounts of things.
Absolutely, yes. Very much so. Yeah, they're getting to the tail. I mean, they've been bringing it in, obviously, as well. Like, it's been a rotating, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's great to see.
Oh, the crow. I prefer mine fried with ketchup. Yeah, there's all sorts of way we've been having to eat crow over the years, for sure. But that's part of the fun. Oh, there's a wing. I love when I see the airplane bits. So looking back in a bit of Brownsville, that's Highway 4. What am I seeing the right thing? What I'm looking at? I'm lost
think
again.
off to the very right of this picture is the end of the port you're starting to see.
Oh, it is too. Yep. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, that's where Mauricio got me lost. He turned this way somewhere along here or something, or he turned this way and got me lost. Oh, that's trains, yeah. I do like the way he's used trains quite a lot. The train freight is really going to pieces in Australia. We don't use the trains quite as much as you guys still do. There's a couple of big lines. There's a couple of big lines still open, but none of the small country stuff's open at all. I don't know. Like if there's like a massive big sort of grain area, you'll have like grain silos where all the farmers or ranchers go and drop their grain off, and there'll be a railway line from that to the main line. All that sort of small stuff's totally disappeared, and it's all done with trucks now in Australia. There's only a couple of big lines left, except for the coal mines, of course. We have some of the biggest and longest and heaviest trains in the world out in the coal mines, but they're dedicated. They just go from the mine to where they use it, to the dock. Most of our coal gets sent to Asia, to China, actually. I think most of our black coal goes.
What about the truck trains?
The road trains, yeah, a lot of road trains, yeah, out away from the main traffic, yeah, road trains, yeah, usually three normal standard size 40-foot trailers on dollies, or the back two have dollies anyway. And then on the around the mines, they also use quads, so 4 normal size trailer. Well, they'll have quad axle trailers and triaxle dollies. They're quite a lot bigger. The big quads don't really get on the main roads much. And the big road trains don't get on down south here. We don't get them where there's lots of traffic. The double road trains, they do an A double. A lot of B doubles where the front trailer's a bit shorter and there's another fifth wheel on the back of the first trailer. And then another full trailer on behind is a B double. A lot of A doubles, double road trains down around where I'm living down here. And yeah, further you go out west or north, yeah, a lot of road trains. Yeah, we're kind of like renowned for our road trains.
Now, if you don't mind going back a photo, correct me if I'm wrong. That parking lot right there, not the other one, the other one. Is that their worker parking where they bus everybody out of?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I was trying to remember. It's been a minute since I've been down there. I felt like more of the areas was covered.
I think this one is too. Oh, this might be for the contractors. I think there's a difference.
Yeah, that's for the brown lot is for the people working on the Gigabay.
Ah.
And they have their ex-school buses. And yeah, the other one, yeah, that's SpaceX one with their flash buses.
High class.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're $1 trillion business, I guess. Well, multiple billions anyway. What is it? 1 trillion something? SpaceX is worth 1.7. Is it right?
1.25.
Oh, good lord! I thought it was in the 800 billions, but I know there's been newer numbers come out since I last checked.
Yeah, no, with their acquisition of XAI and everything, it's now at 1.25.
Wow.
It's like such an incomprehensible number, isn't it? Even billions.
Just wait till they merge with Tesla.
Oof.
Okay, was it like 1 million seconds is like a couple of days, but 1 billion seconds is like 34 years or something stupid? Heard that analogy the other day. Painting. Oh, look, what?
That's what I was saying. You could see them off to the left in this picture. They're at the top of the white ones. See them up there? Left.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So did they move between that photo and the one we saw earlier over to the right side and start working on them?
Yep.
Yeah, I think this might have been a shot on the way. This might have been a shot on the way out. And the other one might have been a shot on the way back, maybe.
Correct.
When the guy up at the top in white came to work, he was wearing a gray suit.
Yeah, remember the photos we saw when they were building the Star Factory? That whole man lift and the guy and everything was just literally white, just from overspray.
That is 100% how I would be. I could walk by somebody painting and have the speck of paint on my arm or on my shirt or something like that. Like I didn't even touch it. I wasn't underneath it. Oh no, I'll have paint on me. Just can't help it.
Yeah.
Or my shirt will catch on the doorknob or whatever every single time I go past something. It's not even close to me. I'm like, oh, I'm stuck. Everything on me hooks onto things. Yeah, nice. That's all. Yeah, like you said, Matt. Yeah, lots of things. Not as many things lying around as much, and Gigabay will be done with most of its steel soon. Or soon, sort of. Okay, let's go. We'll just finish these couple of things, and I'll come back through the ports. So that's the concrete plant that's still getting used. I thought it got shut down, but it's still getting used. We saw we see quite a lot of the bigger projects came out of this, like the original flame trench, etc.
Is that SpaceX's concrete plant?
No, they don't own a concrete plant.
This was the replacement for the old one.
Oh, okay. Again, apologize about the questions.
No, yeah. SpaceX, as much as vertically integrated as they are, they still use a lot of contractors for things like concrete, and actually like they don't own a construction team. There's a construction, contract company doing the construction for Gigabay and so on. There's the airport. Here we see. I was not going to sound like David Attenborough then. Here we can see the old methane tanks finally on their migration to more than likely to the scrapyard formerly known as McGregor's, or also known as McGregor's. The old water deluge tanks from the Pade water deluge farm, and yeah, the old methane tanks, and yeah, we always like to see the colour difference of being at Starbase for a little while, how they change colour, like a chameleon out. Lots of aluminium, and it is aluminium billeting. Apparently aluminium's also, like, what do you call it, technically correct as well. But once again, I'm just picking on you, so it's all good.
Are those huge aluminum cubes?
The billets, yeah.
What?
Yes, aluminum. You are correct.
All right. Okay.
Aluminium, you peasant.
Both are technically correct. They're both actually technically correct, and there's nothing peasant about the Americans, I promise.
Sure.
Mostly.
This is an old warship, right?
So many jokes.
Aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carrier?
This is aircraft carrier JFK. Now decommissioned.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the
So the last of the
they've got it down to.
Good job, Steph.
The last, not call it KFC, yeah. I kept calling it KFC for so long. So the John F. Kennedy, yeah. So there's the new John F. Kennedy, the nuclear ship. This was the last, I think, of this class that were diesel oil or whatever. Not nuclear anyway. This one wasn't a nuclear power plant or boiler. It's only a boiler, isn't it? The rest of it's much the same. They're still steam turbine driven, but yeah, this one was conventionally powered, not nuclear powered. Yeah, this is the hangar deck. Yeah, there was above this was a whole above here we've seen over the last few months. This gets torn down, and up over the top, the actual flight deck has been gone for quite some time now. The back's completely fallen off. There's the rudder assemblies. So you can actually see the rudders down there, and the rudder posts and the rudder assemblies that were actually bolted. They've actually cut the back off. They were back here, further back. So yeah, it's just becoming a big pile of steel slowly. I think they bought it for $1 and they're making a few dollars out of the scrap.
With that in mind, it actually... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, with that in mind, talking about aircraft carriers, I was going to say, for anybody listening who may ever go down to Starbase, if you stop in Corpus Christi, there is an old aircraft carrier down there. You can go check out. Yeah, the USS Lexington. They've got all kinds of cool stuff and planes on the deck. I know this is kind of random, but I thought about it when we were looking at aircraft carriers. So, recommend y'all stop by there.
Can you go for a tour inside? Do they
Oh
do
yeah,
food?
yeah. You can walk through the entire thing. They've got stories. You can go on the deck. There's like a Tomcat, an F8, so F-14, F-18. I'm trying to remember what else, and a bunch of other older planes. And no, you get to walk throughout the entirety of the ship.
How'd it take a minute to walk through one of these? These are so big under. It's like a whole city under here.
Oh yeah, we were sweating, man. It was me and my parents. It was fun, but it was it was a good exercise. It's like $25 to get inside. They've got other stuff, but just for the ticket itself, it's
Cool.
But yeah.
I like how it shows on the left side there of Stephanie's picture the berthing arrangements. Yeah, that white stuff there. I think that's all. What's that? We're looking at the top of accommodation space there.
Maybe. Bit hard to tell. We do have the blueprints for this boat. This boat. I think I know. Some Navy people call these boats. Some call them ships. We did get a picture of the and they're quite high detail too, of the actual blueprints of this. So blueprints probably aren't that very ITAR like secret squirrel stuff, but the electronics obviously and a lot of the other stuff is very much secret squirrel stuff. So, but the actual construction and the steel of the ship's not that top secret stuff, especially once it's been decommissioned, I guess. That's not a. I think that's a prop shaft, a skeg bush holder. Is that right? A skeg. They call it on a speedboat. They call it a skeg. Where the prop shaft comes down underwater, the skeg is what holds the other end of the propeller shaft underwater, and at the bottom there's a bush, a skeg bush, and it's a water lubricated, made out of some kind of ceramic bush down the bottom. I think that's the skeg for the prop shaft, and the rudders were way back here somewhere. So that gives you an idea how high it's sitting out of the water as it's getting lighter and lighter too.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they got 4 props on those big boats.
Looking further along the dock, the port. One thing of interest was the port at the very end of this end up here. This end, we'll get there in a second. We're looking towards, so Starbase is way beyond, hang on, which way are we looking?
Starbase is to the back, to the left.
Yeah, behind us, yeah.
Bottom of the picture.
Yeah. This dock up here we've been following a little bit. There's probably a better photo of it.
That's looking west.
Yeah, west and east sometimes is just as bad as left and right sometimes, for me. So there's the road to Port Isabel over there. Yeah, this dock in here they've been rebuilding. Looks like they've finished putting all the piles in. I guess soon they'll put a deck on it. Do I actually have a closer picture? No, not yet. And we might even go, we might go to the LNG plant. So I'm going to quickly finish these couple of photos. Okay, there's another good one of Highway 4 between the towards the build site and launch site. Coming back past Rio West and at Astra Schools, sort of in here somewhere, and that's the storage lot we're just looking at there. And the size of the wetlands here is pretty immense. Yeah, they have larger flaps and ailerons. That's funny, that other plane we saw the other day had very thin ailerons and very thin landing flaps. Really tiny ailerons on the end and very long flaps, but they were short. The Cessnas have longer flaps than the ailerons have. Anyway, side note. Oh, that doesn't belong in this folder. Oh, neither does that. Let's see if they've actually plumbed this, and this is still plumbed in the same way. We weren't really sure what's going on with these things, but we had a good check out how these were plumbed out there for a couple of weeks. Oh, that's right. That goes to the. I do know what that is. That's for the water. That's for That's for nitrogen production for this static bias. Not this static bias stand, but for the static bias stand, they've got nitrogen purging up under the ship's skirt here. That's what that nitrogen line's for, gaseous nitrogen. And that's how they produce the gaseous nitrogen through the old water heat exchangers they had at the launch site Pad 8 there quite a while ago now. So liquid nitrogen here turns into gaseous nitrogen here, somewhere in here. Oh, that's the water. So there's a water circuit here too that they use to do that. All right, let's move on. Okay, we'll do that. What have we got here? Yeah, we can do that. We'll do the gas plant now. The natural gas liquefaction plant. There's 2 docks here for 2 ships that carry the liquid oxygen. Did I say oxygen again?
Yeah.
Liquefaction plant of natural gas. 11:50. It's getting to lunchtime. My sugar must be getting low. Okay.
It's a
So
lot
big
of school
storage.
buses.
Oh, sorry.
I said a lot of school buses up there.
Yeah, they've a lot of companies seem to be buying these school buses off whoever owned them, and they're using them a lot here and over at Starbase a bit for the gigabit crew. So that must be the permanent parking lot for when they finally finish.
There's only going to be 80 people manage this whole facility.
Wow.
So that's including maintenance staff, yeah?
That's the operating team, 80 people.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
5,000
eventually
to
going to be
build
a
it, 80
train
people
right
to run
there.
it.
That seems like a lot of car parking for 80 people. I wonder
That's
if that, okay.
constructed. That's just
Oh,
a
there's going to be
construct-
a train there eventually.
What?
There's going to be another train there.
I thought they were only
running
up to the left.
Are they running a rail line in there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking incorrectly. I pulled a Steph.
You were. You did. You did well too.
I was thinking that was the parking lot that's at the other end.
The tanks didn't give it away?
Well, you were scrolled in, so that didn't help.
I'm sorry, I led you astray. Yeah. Cool. So these look like they haven't been poured yet. They're still in boxing. It looks like they're going to put some kind of platforms up here or some form of more infrastructure up here. Man, they're big liquid tanks.
They've got the fire escape on the side half built up, the permanent one.
It's just access. I don't know about fire escape. There's
Yeah, I
no
don't know
workers.
I don't know if there's much escaping that fire if something goes wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no workstations up here, I don't think. That's just a bit of infrastructure, but they need access nonetheless. We'll just call it access instead of fire escape, eh?
Okay, that's
It's a new observation deck for the public for SpaceX launches.
Yes, exactly. Now the power plant. Oh, it's a bit further to the left, I think. This one,
Yep.
I'm not quite. Oh, this one will show it. Is the next one a bit further? Yeah. So big, massive high voltage coming in.
Wow.
Going down through the kickdown transformers and circuit breaker, main circuit breakers, then up into this building, which is a distribution building, then off to the trains, not the choo-choo trains, by the way, the gas trains, and off to this distribution building, and this distribution building with the big transformers.
Yeah, and the amount of conduit and stuff that we've been seeing going down to the left there, down those, just wow.
Yeah, she's power hungry place, very much power hungry place. But still, like you say, compared to data centers and other things, this doesn't draw that much power. So further back through the trains, where are they? They must be further over this way. I think there's a lot of photos I haven't, back that way too, I haven't got to yet. So this would just be, once again, I say this phrase, progressing as expected. PAE. I've made a new thing. It's a new thing I made. Oh, actually, down here, did they finish? Yeah, they finished putting these little bridges in, or something we were watching there a little while ago. Over here, they were putting all these little walk. Oh, they haven't quite finished that yet. Putting in these walkways.
That's so the longshoremen can get out to handle the lines when they tie the ship up.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wrong on my employees. It's 165.
That looks more like a car park running 65 people than 80, that's for sure, yep. Would that include maintenance staff, I guess?
That's
as well
the
as
whole operating crew, 165.
So sparse.
Yep. A lot of computer control. Some of the computer control might be even more. Some are essential as well. They might be, yeah.
By the way, there is a question in chat saying, is there backup power generation for the natural gas site?
Not that I've noticed. There would. I'm not sure what that would mean because it's maybe.
We haven't seen any turbines going, gas turbines being built anywhere.
There may be something just to make sure this remains safe and cryogenic. I'd say they've got a guaranteed power supply. I'd say these run right back to a power station somewhere, and they got what's called a guaranteed power supply, which doesn't mean it doesn't stop. Like a lot of paper mills have what's called a guaranteed power supply. A lot of factories because like if you shut down a paper mill, it costs like a ridiculous amount of money per day in lost revenue, but also you have to take all the paper out of the whole mill, all the stuff that's half done. You have to completely clean the whole factory back to scratch and start it up again from scratch. You can't interrupt the process, is what I'm trying to say. This might be quite that.
There is an LNG, or I'm sorry, a natural gas generating plant right across the road from this.
Would it be big enough for this though?
It's very big actually. If you look at, it's about halfway up the road. Well, if you follow the poles out, it goes right to it, I think, or right by it.
Okay, that could be where it's going. Yep. That could be the power plant. We often thought because there's natural gas here that you would kind of expect a gas plant like this to generate its own electricity with gas as well, but I'm not sure if that's actually accurate or not.
Yeah, I think it's actually a peaker plant because most of Texas is on wind generation.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with Texas's effort with wind turbines. Yeah, go Texas. Good on you.
You've been out there at Starbase or anywhere in the area, man. It's insane. Literally, wind turbines as far as the eye can see, especially when you're driving at night. It's just a field of blinking red lights from the beacons at the top.
Yep. Yeah, we're embracing wind as well. We embrace solar a lot more in Australia. Like I have it here on this house. Just about every house in Australia now has a solar unit, and now with rebates for batteries as well. There's a lot of the Tesla battery systems going in. A lot of people are getting zero electricity bills because the feed-in tariff on a house is only like 5 cents a kilowatt hour. It's not very good, but if you store that power, you can use it at night. I mean, so air conditioning in Australia, we use a lot of cooling in summer. Australia's very hot. We're a hot climate we're not a cold climate country like you guys. So a lot of our energy is to do with cooling rather than heating. So in the summertime, having solar on my roof effectively makes my cooling free, basically. Which is a huge savings, trust me. Now, I think there's some more pictures back here of that plant. Give me a sec. Yeah, solar's working well in Australia. We've got one of the biggest megapacks, or when it was built, one of the bigger megapacks farms in the world too, out there in South Australia. South Australia is pretty energy, makes its own energy through solar and batteries. We're getting there, and I know there's still issues with solar and wind, but in short time they'll sort them all out. They'll be fine. I hear a lot of naysayers giving solar and wind bad names, but I mean, every new technology takes a little while to get right, and they'll get it right. I think we need to do something in that direction anyway. Just personally, I think we need to look after our global a bit better than we are at the moment. We only get one of them. and she's very, very fragile.
I'd love to know
Okay.
how many kilowatts just one of those trains pulls per hour.
I know, right?
I can't even, because the more you think about it, the more mind-boggling it is. You know, when you think like just one of those fans, just one, how much that
Yeah.
pulls, let alone all the valving and all the switches and all the, like, oh my gosh.
Or the compressing and the cooling. Yeah.
Right. That's what I mean. The more you dig into it, the more you're just like, wow, such a grand scale.
But so all those people who are fans of grilling, what we call barbecuing, there's your big barbecue burner, big methane flame stack.
Yeah, the flame stadiums.
Flame stadiums, yeah. So again, that's like getting back to that power electricity thing. If they have electricity stops all of a sudden, they would have to vent a lot of methane, and they can vent it into here. This might be running all the time, but when they get huge fluctuations or big, if they have to shut the plant down, all of a sudden they can burn off any dangerous gas over into here.
Something I was going to mention. This may be something that is pretty well assumed already in the community, but I figured it was worth a mention. During one of my trips down at for Flight 4, I got after the launch. I got to talk to. I met somebody who does like electrical stuff down there at Starbase, and he had mentioned that. So when they're actually doing testing operations and stuff, and I figured this makes sense. Like you could probably assume it, but they run off their own power. So actually, they use the power line as backup power, kind of just like you guys were explaining. Well, were you guys saying? Disregard. Nonetheless, for testing, they use their own power system. I think he said generators. Now it could have changed with the implementation of megapacks and more of those since. But yeah, during testing, they use their own power and use the power line as actually a backup.
Was that Flight 4? So,
yeah.
Yeah. So back then they had these generator plants in here. They still have generators here outside now. Maybe back then, I think that, but since then, I'm 100% sure they've upgraded the whole electrical grid system into the properties. So maybe not so much. I mean, you may be right still. Maybe not so much these days, but back then for sure, 100%, absolutely.
I could see them definitely still using their own power systems, whether it's the generator specifically. I mean, it could definitely have changed, but I could definitely still see them during any testing or launch operations. Your primary source being either A, the generators, or B, the megapacks, or a combination of both.
It sort of seem more reliable. The last thing you want to do is like at T minus 10 seconds have a
power
failure. That'd be a bad day, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, all the computers start like restarting in the console.
Well, I'm sure they're all on UPS systems at least.
Oh, that's true.
So there's more trains are getting built out here. And I think that last photo, this is a new train. I think that's gone up in front of our eyes. I think since over the last couple of flyovers actually. I think there's 4 or 5. There's quite a few trains all up. There's another one going in here, I think. Over there, another one. Anywho, so that's the gas liquefaction plant, as much as we expected. Oh, that's where I tricked Matt into thinking we're at this end of the site.
Yeah. Well, I think total there's supposed to be 8 in this area, and then they have the ability or option or something like that. I can't remember exactly how Event Dudes had said it, but to do 2 more.
Yep, that's correct. And then they're planning for 8. They have room for 2 more. I also posted in the Patreon Lounge the answer to your question about the 138 kilovolt line they just have installed, or installing right now for that matter. And there is a backup power, in theory, of what it says 6 2725 kilowatt diesel generators. Now, just mind you, this was back in 2020, so things could obviously change, but that was their original plan.
That's those 6 here, I think, yeah, Event Dudes.
No, this is for this is for the LNG plant. But
oh, sorry. Yeah. that was funny. Yeah.
As far as the launch site, my expectation is they do have the dual 34.5 kilovolt systems right now that can pretty much operate it. But as we're saying, there's no reason to do that when you have megapacks. So you can just do your power smoothing, if you will, through that instead of trying to rely on constant power through transmission lines.
Going to internal power would make sense. You're right there, event dudes, because if something happens to kill the power from offsite during a critical event, being on internal power would definitely. You don't want to abort a launch T-40 because of a blackout in the state.
Yep.
Then not have the ability to pump all the propellant off.
Oh yeah. By the way, I was gonna let y'all know we've got an aft flap in Mega Bay 2 getting lifted up probably for ship 41, just staging it.
Nice.
Thank you.
So Crane sent this image in as an example of this is not a breakover, more the opposite of lifting something up, but yeah, so you can see a hinge point here and a attachment point here. This almost looks like a kind of a universal thing that can put sort of many different shaped circles on it, or many different shaped objects on here, and still use it to lift up. Because these guys do a lot of stuff with heavy gear. These guys are the heavy gear sort of kings, I reckon. They do lots of stuff. And yeah, it lands down here and then gets ready to be lifted vertically into play. I'm thinking it's a vertical column. You can see where it gets bolted to the ground. Yeah, just as an example. So carry on. Okay, break over. Look, there's another funny looking shaped thing. We're at the storage. Thanks, man, dudes. I really appreciate all your input with all the things going on around the place and how you research stuff. Thank you, and come up with answers for us. It's really cool and very, very handy. Thank you. Nothing much has changed here this week. Unless someone specifically found something interesting in here. So we got 9 o'clock. So that's 3 hours show so far. So we'll go back to chat. Is there any questions or anything in chat? How's chat going? I haven't looked in chat for a while. I can see
No
event dudes and Indy in there.
Yeah. Prague asked the last question that happened.
Cool.
Yeah. There was one they didn't use the command, but shortly after asking about the power generation, somebody asked with that crew number out at the natural gas plant, if that number, I believe it was 135, that's across 2 shifts. I don't know if we have any insight on that to whoever had those numbers regarding the
Yeah, there are actually two plants. One of them is this one, the Rio Grande, which is the one that's under construction right now. I was wrong. There's 700 employees in there. There's another smaller LNG plant that's scheduled to be built that has 165.
Oh, okay, so the big one we were looking at the aerial photos of earlier, that's 700, you said?
700, yeah, which seems to make more sense.
Yep.
Does that give any information about like shifts or anything, and like if that's across multiple shifts or per shift?
It was just what Copilot gave me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, using AI for your research. Huh? Oh yeah. I use AI a bit for things like that.
Good man.
It does.
It works well for document search. You gotta look up what that document's saying, though.
Yeah, you got to fact check. Yeah, for sure. It's good for finding stuff. I find it good for finding stuff, good for math stuff. Yeah, but you always got to double check it, of course.
Yes,
Alrighty,
it's a great research assistant, not researcher.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right, Matt, we might wrap up the show, and we'll start with thanking Indy very much for being in the chat and doing all the questions over there. And I see you chatting in there with all the members, all the people in the chat. So good on you for being over there for us, Indy.
My pleasure.
And I just thanked Event Dudes for his input. You did some amazing input for us. And Kiwi, thanks for your drawings. Who else is still in here? We've lost Webby, so I'll thank Webby. And Todd, thanks for your jokes. Your jokes are funny. I like when you're talking, say jokes and stuff. That's awesome.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. Everyone have a good night.
And Phil Kid, your architectural knowledge is always very valuable. Thank you. You've answered so many questions just by sort of...
Not so good on head counts.
Thank you. And of course, we've got to give a big thanks for Matt for running the streams and coming up with the idea and so on. So I might just leave. I'll say I'm Stephanie B. I'll say goodbye for now and thank you all. We'll see you on a flyover and a live stream sometime over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, actually. So we have a flyover scheduled for 2:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. So look forward to that, everybody. We're going to have some new pictures, and we're excited to see it, aren't we? So, yeah. We will see everyone tomorrow at 2:30, and it has never been more applicable than right now. Love, peace, and chopstick rail grease. We'll see you tomorrow.
Well.